Good evening, everybody. Hello. I know I'm a little early, but it's awesome to have some people here to chat with as we build up the stream tonight for the final part of my quartering react here on DSP Game. No, excuse me. Here on DSP Reacts. How dare I say on DSP Gaming? Unacceptable to get my own channel branding incorrect. How y'all doing tonight? I hope you're all pumped for the finale. I see some people are pumping it right now in chat. Look at these people pumping it. Oh, they're pumping all right. Look at all these people pumping. They can't stop pumping. Look at this. I love it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, for this finale stream of the quartering documentary react, we have new emotes both on the YouTube and the Kick side. All right. It is the flex emo. Oh, but I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I don't flex for free. No, sir. I don't flex for free. I only flex if the animation of Frog flexing plays, and then I have a flex off with Frog. That's right. My shirt will not stay put tonight. Neither shirt that I'm wearing will stay put tonight, actually. They're both kind of out of position. There we go. How y'all doing? Oh, did I not update? I did it again. Hold on. I did it again, everybody. Give me 1 second to fix my mistake, okay? Once again, I did not rename the Kick stream properly. Give me a sec to fix that. I've done it again. Okay, I fixed it. Whenever I do these streams and I set up the React stuff, I always forget to then set up the Kick stream properly because it's a whole different process from my usual process, and I screw it all up. And I'm very embarrassed, and I apologize. Now the Kick stream should reflect what we're actually doing. Thank you for telling me. Yes, a little late for the morning show. That's correct. That's right. Season finale tonight of the quartering documentary react. We will absolutely finish reacting to it tonight, one way or another. It will end tonight. And already, we've got people desiring to see me do more reacting. And I'm like, well, you realize I used to do this all the time. People got bored with it, which is why we stopped. Like, listen, I've definitely enjoyed doing this for variety, and I've liked hanging out with you guys here on this channel. I used to use this channel all the time for reacting, and then I stopped because people basically got bored. They told me, listen, we're bored with you reacting. It's kind of the same. I'm like, all right, forget it. But people, I think, wanted to see me do it again because I hadn't done it in so long, and it ended up being a good long-form react that was pertinent to the times of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So it worked, and I guess the question would be, you know, what would the next thing be that I react to? And we can maybe chat about that a little bit before we get started here tonight. Some ideas, like people already are coming up with ideas. One was LTG's documentary by June the King from many, many years ago that LTG got so pissed off about that he actually went ahead and like tried to get the video taken down, and then June the King got the fake strikes removed. So maybe that. You know, many people have reacted to that since. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Doesn't have to be that, but if people have good ideas of things to do, I'd like to hear them. The thing is, we're not going to do them right away. Like, we're going to finish this react tonight. We'll give it a little bit of a rest. Maybe this is something we go back to once a month. Maybe once a month I do a reaction stream series to a documentary. And keep in mind, most of these documentaries are not 3.5 hours long, right? Most of these documentaries at most are an hour to an hour and a half, so it would only be like 2 parts, you know? This one was this long because it was almost 4 hours to react to. It takes a long time to get through that. So we're going to build up attendance for about another 20 to 25 minutes. Basically, I start around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Then we will begin with the final react, okay? If you like this reacting, if you want to see more of it, by all means, please support tonight's stream, all right? Let's have this be a really awesome finale stream of this series that I've done over the last week. Let's end it strong, right? And we can talk about the future. Mercury Play says, my ideas would be the LTG documentary or the Boogie one. Yeah, I've never reacted to anything Boogie. Then again, I don't really care. Like, to be honest with you, never was Boogie like a big thing for me. And the thing is, the Boogie documentary you're talking about, like the June the King ones, are outdated. He hasn't done a new one covering Boogie in like 2, 3 years, and all the kind of big drama with Boogie happened the last 2, 3 years, ever since the whole fake cancer thing and stuff like that. You would pay to see me react to the LTG documentary. The other thing is like the LTG documentary that June the King did is also very outdated. It's like years and years and years old. You know, like taking a look here. Let's see how old it is. It's super old. Like, good lord. Oh my god, it's almost 7 years old. It's almost 7 years old. What's insane is that it has 3.5 million views. Like, that's actually crazy. It surpassed the Wings of Redemption documentary that we reacted to many years ago. That was one of the first long form reacts I ever did, and it far surpassed. I think it may be one of his most viewed videos of all time. Actually, can I order these by popular? It's his fourth most popular video of all time. Damn. And it's close. Like, it's only by a few 100,000 views that it's even in for. Pretty nuts. So, but it's outdated. 7 years outdated. Like, it doesn't cover any of the latest stuff that LTG's, involved in, including, the fact that people found out that he has a kid that he basically doesn't support or have anything to do with their life and stuff like that. Like, really messed up stuff. So, the iDubbbz documentary, okay. How long is that one? Let's take a look at a few different ones. It's also 3.5 hours long. Oh, oh, 3.5 hours. Oh, yeah. There's a few here you guys might be interested in seeing me react to. I don't know. And of course, we don't only have to do June the King drama documentaries. Like I get it. This particular time, Pro Jared. I didn't even click on that. I didn't even click on that. I don't know why it opened that. That's weird. Um, No, it doesn't have to be that kind of thing either. We could do other reacting. If people have ideas of things for me to react to that you think would be entertaining, it doesn't have to be like drama docs. You know what I mean? Yeah, at one point I was following a lot of the stuff that June the King was doing, and then I basically stopped. It kind of built up for a couple of years there. I watched some of his documentaries, and he did one on me, and I reacted to the one about me, and then I was like, I'm all dramaed out. So this is the first one that I've watched in a very long time. Flatman B says you should do the LTG documentary so when the new one comes out, you'll have a good grasp of the situation. What do you mean, new one? I'm not aware that he's making a new one. I mean, there are other ones that other people have done, but not June the King. Six Hybrid says, what about running a poll on the Level 1 podcast near the end of the month to decide the React video for the next month? See, I could do that, but I'll be honest, I don't think that my podcast audience is necessarily my audience for this. Like, I recognize some of you are here, but the audience in the morning is more of a very chill audience who come to hang out and just talk games and stuff. They're really not into this stuff, this drama stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not even sure if that would be the correct crowd for it. What's up, John? How are you? What's up, Willow? How are you? How is everyone tonight? See, I don't know. Mir Curry Play says, if you weren't going to do a drama react, what would you do? Maybe a video essay on gaming or something? Yeah, sure. Like, I'm down for whatever. You have to understand, that'd be cool to me, but I want the audience for it. The thing was, I was doing React content for a shorter period of time and people liked it, and then it died out within a few months and no one cared anymore. So I stopped doing it. Like, that's why I rebranded this whole channel DSP Reacts to begin with, you know? Now, this particular reason of me doing this particular documentary at this particular time, I think is why I have an audience for it. I'm not sure if I did other reacting that anyone would care, just to be honest with you. Lil Squish, what a name. How you doing? Oh, it's pronounced Mercury? Oh, okay. Mercury Plays. Got it. So right now, LTG seems to be a big leading thing to do next. That documentary. I guess it would be the June the King documentary about him. How long is that one? 28 minutes. But then, oh, this is crazy. So it's 28 minutes long, and then the follow-up documentary is 2.5 hours long. Because the original documentary was 30 minutes and it got June the King false copyright striked a million times by LTG. So then when he basically got it cleared up, it was 2 years later, and then he basically made this big video about it. He's like, "You need to stop LTG. He's cyber stalking me now," and this sent, this basically made shockwaves across the internet. There you go. I know the documentary is very old. The documentary about LTG is 7 years old, and then the other one is 5 years old. So it's way outdated. I'd be okay watching other stuff. It doesn't have to be a June the King documentary either. It could be something else. That's what I mean. Like, what should we do? I'm down for ideas, and I think we should talk about them um over the course of this next couple of weeks. Maybe we could do something in June. Someone just pointed out that I should say DSP Reacts, not DSP Gaming, so I fixed it. Thank you. Documentaries on the history of video game franchises would be interesting. There you go. Yeah, we did some of those. We did some documentary reacts, like Internet Historian. Remember him? Like funnier reactions and stuff like that. We did that back in the day. We did. But again, it kind of died out and people didn't really care about it. You have to understand, it has to be worth my time. And the reason I say that, my other streams are doing incredibly well. All right, my gameplay streams are getting, good engagement, attendance, support. Everything's good. So for me to take the time away from doing gameplay streams that are doing well to come over here and do this, it has to make sense. It has to be something that there's demand for, that people show up, watch, support. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be, oh, this is a good idea for variety, and we do it, and we get 70 viewers, and, no one supports and no one cares. It has to be just as good as the other stuff I'm doing. In particular, this React has done well, and that's why I've continued with it. Remember, at first, I wasn't even sure anyone was going to show up. I was very happy that people did. I hope that you guys are excited for the finale tonight. But that's no guarantee that if we were to change the subject matter and do something different, that people would show up for it again. You know what I'm saying? Put these over here. So for the record, a ton of people sent me new emotes. Okay, like 4 or 5 people. However, the person whose emote I went with is the person who sent me both a moving version for Kick and a solid, steady version for YouTube, because YouTube can't do moving animations, like can't do animations at all. So basically, it's the same emote on YouTube, but it's solid, while on Kick, it moves. And so I went with that one. And I think it looks good. Victorian Greyjoy, no, you're not banned. Don't know why you think you are. There you go. It was Oh No Not Him Again. That's right. Thank you, Oh No Not Him Again, because you sent me like this comprehensive package of stuff and it was good, so I used it right away. Good stuff. DSP number one fan did a $2 super chat and says, bring quartering on your podcast. Number one, I don't think quartering is interested in going on my podcast. My podcast is tiny. It wouldn't benefit him at all to be on my show, I don't feel. What's he going to do? Come on the show and say, oh, this all sucks. I didn't, I don't want to be involved in this drama. I didn't claim anything, I didn't flag anything. What's he going to do? Right? I don't know what he would possibly say. And on top of that, he shut down his Twitter and everything. Like, I have no way to contact the guy, even if I wanted to. I don't have any real way to reach out to him. Thanks for the first contribution of the night, DSP number one fan. How did he contact me for the interview a few years ago? I think it was Twitter. I'm not sure, though. I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember what year that was that he contacted me. Wasn't that like pre-COVID? I'm pretty sure it was. You guys really, on the kick side, they really like the new emo. They're going crazy, spamming the new emo in chat, like going nuts. On the YouTube side, not so much. A few people used it, but this is crazy. On the kick side, they're going nuts with that emo, man. Oh yeah, Six Hybrids says I clicked on the join button. You look much better than in that video. Well done. That video is years old. Like that video I made when I rebranded DSP Reacts, what was it, 3+ years ago? Right when I was starting the weekly React show and stuff like that. So that's a really outdated video. Just like the join video over on DSP Gaming is also very outdated. I probably should make new videos to upload there to be, hey, join and do this and this. The thing is like I actually legit don't know what the future of this channel is going to be. Right now I'm doing weekly DSP Tries It episodes, and that's about it. So I really don't know what next is. Like, I would like to do more reacting, but can I get an audience for it? If I can, maybe I'll do like a big project once a month, and there's a reason for you to actually like become a member here. But if not, then there's really no reason for you to become a member. So what do I say in the video to join? You see what I mean? It is the final episode of the quartering. That's right. Chat so they can tag me? Okay. Nice guitar riff in this song. Holy crap. All right, guys, about another 10 minutes, and then we're going to get started because I do want to finish this tonight. We have about an hour left in the React. Let's see. There is just under an hour left in the documentary. I'm pretty sure we'll get through it. I'm pretty sure we'll get through it tonight. In the 2+ hours that we'll have to react. So we will start in about 10 minutes, okay? So last chance that you need to do something or whatever. If you want to contribute, you want to ask a question, any of that, do it now. So that way we can get started on time. I like this music. This is good music. This is the cool playlist. Cool. And I don't think it had half these songs last time I used it. They're adding more music to this Roland Bridgecast. I like it. Or we can talk about whatever Mercury plays, but I don't know if anyone's going to care about talking about video games tonight. It's not really what we're doing here, right? Elements of Power says, since Quartering entrenched himself in all this drama, do you think that he's going to rebrand again and move away from politics to something else? I have no idea. The thing is, as I've been doing this documentary react, I haven't followed the latest drama. I just hear, like, I see posts about it on X. I guess he's saying he's no longer going to even do YouTube anymore, that he's going to actually abandon his YouTube channels and solely make content for Rumble moving forward. I don't know how that's going to work. Let's be honest here. YouTube is the #1 platform, and someone who has been mostly on YouTube all these years and kind of did side things on Rumble and side things out, for him to just abandon YouTube, I don't know about that. You know, so, and again, Rumble is mostly politics and that kind of stuff, culture wars and politics. So if he's just going all the way over there, you know what I mean? I don't know. You tell me how that would work. No, we're not going to do, someone just asked, Mercury Places, will I do like a 20, 30-minute edit of the funniest moments of the entire thing? Probably not. And the reason being, we did an edit down of the first part, which is 2.5 hours. We edited it down to 40 minutes. It got like 1,000 views. No one really cared. So it's the thing is, you have to understand that every edited video I put out, I'm paying for. This is not like, oh, just do it. I have free time. I'm doing it. No, I'm paying someone professionally to do it. And I've already had a bunch of videos that have kind of been a bust, so I'm kind of saving it for more important subject matters that I think will get views. What? Penguins Zero's old podcast, the official podcast, Discord, is in an uproar demanding that they bring you on. Would you consider hopping on for a guest appearance? I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you saying that Moist Critical currently has a show and they want to have me on as a guest? Or are you saying some other people? I don't even know what you're talking about. It's a... Trust me. Who is this that asked me this? Turtle Sniffer? Trust me when I say I am at no shortage of testosterone. You understand? I have more than enough testosterone rippling through this body, even at the age of 44. I don't need any testosterone supplements, nothing. I am good. I am virile. You understand? You look at the hair on my body. Look at this, the blood pumping through the veins. No testosterone needed here. Not one of these disgusting whales sitting around eating fast food all day, drinking Pepsis and Mountain Dews, shoving fried chicken into their faces, just writhing around like a whale on their back. I need testosterone to get up today. No, absolutely not. I'm bursting and rippling with power and energy and tons of hormone. Of course. Do I still have my old gaming PC, the one that was giving me problems? No, I smashed it with a hammer. I was so full of hormones and testosterone that when I got my new one, I took a bit. I was like, the pieces flew everywhere, and it was very, very enjoyable. It was a great experience. Very good. Anyway, so we're going to start shortly. Tonight, as we do this final react, I hope that you guys will enjoy. I wish we get more attendance, but it looks like attendance is going to be low tonight. This is the finale, and it looks like we're going to have the lowest attendance of every stream. That sucks, because we're actually going to get probably to the best parts, I would think. So it really does suck that we're having the lowest attendance. I don't know, but anyway, let's see how it goes tonight. If it goes well tonight, once again, if people show up, engage, and support with the content tonight, then I will consider to do future reacts like this or on other subjects as well. I'll bring back more regular content to this channel if you guys want it. But you have to show me that you want it. Okay? We've gone through 4 parts of this to get through it because you have been here supporting. So let's keep that going tonight. If this ends up being the worst night of all, then I'm probably going to not be convinced that you guys really want it, and you only wanted it because you wanted this one particular one, and that's it. Right? So let's see how it goes tonight. Why wouldn't I do this on my main channel? Because this is not DSP gaming content, is it? We're not gaming right now, are we? We're not talking about games. We're not hanging out to discuss the future of games. This is other style of content, you know, reacting. That's why the channel is called DSP Reacts. If I want a fun change of pace, I should cover The Amazing Atheist next. There's a few documentaries on him. I am aware of The Amazing Atheist. I remember him from back in the day, like way back in the day, like around Channel Awesome days and stuff like that. And I haven't heard about the guy in 100 years, so I have no clue what the hell he's up to today or if he's even still around. Okay. All right, are we ready to get started? Let's get set up then, because it is 7:30, and like I said, I want to finish this tonight. So let's go. Let's get set up, everybody. Okay. How about how the AVGN fell from grace? I wouldn't be opposed to covering something about the history of the AVGN, but I wouldn't know where to go for that. I'm not aware that there's like a definitive AVGN documentary. I'm not aware of that, so I don't know what I would do. You know what I mean? I don't know what I would actually watch. I would need recommendations or something like that, right? Okay. Okay. All righty, we're about to get started, everybody, with the fourth and final part of the Quartering documentary react. Remember, this is from June the King on the June the King channel. I think his documentaries are well done. I enjoy them. That is why usually if we react to a documentary, it's a June the King doc that we react to, right? And I think it's been informative and well done. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as well. We're going to finish this off tonight and see how it goes. Like I said, if you're here and you chill and you're engaged and you support the stream, then I'll consider doing more of these in the future. If this ends up being the deadest stream of all four, then I probably will not do that. Okay? Okay. Okay. Are we ready? We're ready to start? All right. So here's the thing. And I think that we should go back a few frames. And the reason I say that, I forget how you go back frames on YouTube. Is it this here? No. Is that back or forward? That's forward. This is back. Here we go. The reason I think we should go back some frames, if you remember, what we need to do is right here. Okay. So this is footage of the Quartering and his two employees, Melody Mack and Hannah. I don't know her last name. I just know Hannah. And they're at this political convention in like December of last year, November of last year. It was definitely end of 2025. Okay? And so basically, they're at this convention and there's a scene. I just kind of want to play it right from the start of where we were. I want to go back here. This is just single frames. Can we rewind? Oh, here we go. I want to rewind because it was just so wild what happened. And it actually like blew my mind. And I couldn't react to it immediately. I had to actually end the last react and save it for tonight. Okay? What just happened? We were at 240 and now it jumped way back. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Whoa, this was the most replayed part. Are you kidding? This was the most replayed part of the entire documentary. Wow. Okay, here it is. So, all right, ready? Here we go.
You know that he mumbles and mush mouths, and you go, he's having who on?
And then there was this.
Okay, hold on. It's too loud. Here we go.
Reaction.
Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and Hannah
What the fuck?
Hannah Claire is like, what the fuck? I haven't been invited to this football game.
might be going somewhere family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys?
You can.
Wow.
Ooh, no,
But
Mel
look
goes,
at-
yeah, come, please.
Is that what it is?
And
Aw.
Hannah Claire will probably be going
Watch.
somewhere.
Her
family-
lips.
Look at his face.
Watch her
That
lips.
that was a plea. Bring it back. Did she actually mouth help me to her? Like, it almost seemed like
probably be
it,
going
bro.
Oh my god, wait. Hang on.
No, she did.
Melanie and I
No,
will be
I
watching
think
the
she
football
might
game
have.
tonight, and
Aw.
Hannah Claire will probably be going.
Help me. So this, I couldn't believe what I was seeing last time, but we are seeing it in real time. We're seeing what was actually said at the event. So all of a sudden, the quartering starts saying, I'm going to be watching the football game with Melanie Mack. And all of a sudden, his other employee's like, wait, what? Just you and Melanie? I'm not invited? What's up with that? Why am I not invited? And then immediately, Melanie's like, no, you can come. Remember, she was immediately, oh, yeah, you can come, you can come. And then she mouths, help me. Okay? So out of everything that we've seen up to this point in the documentary, right? We've seen Jeremy drinking, getting on stream frequently, acting a fool, let's be honest, saying ridiculous things, trying to contact women, saying things about the women that he has on his streams and on his show. He's simping and or obsessing over certain women and creators on the internet, which we talked about how last time that was inappropriate because he's married, yet he's publicly talking about this kind of thing. It's not like what a married dude should be doing. Okay. And now he has these employees, and this is taking place live on his own live stream at this political event where he says, well, I was just going to watch the game with one of my female employees, like just him and her together in the room. And then the other female employee is like, what? Why wasn't I invited? And then she mouths, help me to her. So how exactly was this supposed to look? Like, really? And this is his stream. This isn't like someone edited this. This is his archived stream. He's putting this out to the internet. People are seeing it live take place. So how did you think people were going to react to that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm lost. I really am lost at what's going on here. And again, it's none of anyone's business, but this is being publicly broadcast. People know that Jeremy is married. Why? Because he told everyone, right? So it's not like, oh, is this appropriate or not? It's like, we know it's not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Because he's married. He's talked about this over the years. He even said how his relationship with his wife has been a struggle because of how much he works and all the stress of it and everything. And then this is taking place live. I mean, this is super embarrassing. Okay, super duper embarrassing, I would say. Like, if you're talking about the most embarrassing moments, right? You can have an embarrassing moment where it's all on you, but when the embarrassing moment is involving other people and it's like take place live in front of people like this, like I would argue if I was looking through the entire documentary and it was my documentary, I would be like, this is my most embarrassing moment. That I would declare that. I'd be like, nah, this definitely is the most embarrassing thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he feels that way. And for what I'm going to understand, because, of course, when we talked about this last time, people started talking about it in my streams over the last couple of days, and they were like, so these two vehemently 100% deny that this is what was taking place. No, it wasn't like that she actually was asking for help. They weren't uncomfortable. That's not what was taking place. But then how do you deny the video evidence we're watching right now? Like, how do you deny? It's literally right here. This is what you broadcast. No one made this up. How can you say that's not what it was? You know, I don't get it.
No, did she help me? Is that real?
Yeah,
She did.
she
So
did.
are family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys?
You can.
Wow.
I would.
Now watch her.
I like how she immediately says, you can. The moment that she says, I can't watch football with you guys, she turns and says, you can. Like, so why was it not in the conversation that we're all employees together, we're going to watch football together? Why was it only those two and not the other one? Right?
You're welcome in female speech. Watch this.
Love that.
Oh yeah, that
fucking said some shit back.
She's like-
She mouthed it.
And then last micro.
I can't watch
watch
football
this.
with you guys.
You can.
Wow.
I would love that.
Oh.
Now watch his face here.
Yeah, that would be
Wow,
fun.
thanks, Melanie.
So his plan has been thwarted, basically, whatever the plan was. And I was like, no. Well, I guess I just can't do what I wanted to do originally. At least, again, even if it's not, even let's say that's completely speculation, that's completely fabricated, what are we, as the viewing audience, all right, supposed to think for what we just saw happening, right? Like, what are we led to believe? Now, admittedly, I will say something, okay? If this actually was what was going on, if this guy was being a creeper, and it was a situation where these women felt uncomfortable, why are they working for him? And why do they, I guess up until this last week, they still worked with him. I don't know what the case is now, because I've been hearing rumors. Again, I'm not really following the active stuff going on. I heard that now he's podcasting by himself and they're not on the show anymore. Like, they just disappeared. Okay, but that only took place like in this last week. So if this was happening, oh, I turned the volume down too low. I'll up the volume a little bit then. My bad. Thank you for telling me. I turned the volume a little bit back up again. If this took place in November, December of last year, it's May of 2026. So why were they still employed with him all of that time? If you really aren't comfortable with this guy, if he's setting you up for weird situations and stuff, why are you still with him? Why have you not said, forget it, this isn't worth it, this is crazy, and we're out of here? Now, of course, there's speculation in chat. The money was too good, right? I've also heard he's got stuff on them. Like, because they've worked with him for so long, he knows personal things about them that they don't want to be thrown on the internet, and they're afraid that if they were to cut ties with him, that he would dump all of their dirt on the internet to get back at them. I mean, I don't know how that would make him look if that were the case and that happened. You know, but who knows? Again, it's speculation. It's speculation that we have no evidence of anything. These two apparently have outright denied that anything was going on, and they still worked with him up at least until this week. And now I guess one of them, Hannah, is not on the show. And I guess Melanie Mac, again, wasn't on the show like for a day or two. I don't know if she's back. But it's just weird to me that this took place. We just saw it. It's not like it was made up, fabricated, edited. We just saw exactly what happened. Yet they still worked with him for all those months. I'm very confused about that. That's, weird. Okay.
Interaction was exhaustively analyzed. The Kiwi Farms Twitter account even posted the interaction on Twitter, triggering a response from Jeremy. Jeremy calling it the gayest controversy ever, and tweeting at the owner of Kiwi Farms that this is normal behavior for adults in real life. Jeremy...
No, he's right. Watching a football game together with your coworkers, with your friends, is normal behavior for adults in real life. But that's not what transpired on that stream. It looked like there was a pre-planned, only him and Melanie Mac viewing party of this game together. Then Hannah, the other employee, well, why not me? And then literally Melanie Mac saying, help me, saying, yes, you got to get involved here because, this is messed up what's going on. Like, that's not what happened. We saw what happened. It's not as he's describing here, right?
These tweets, but not this one of an AI rendition of the three at Amfest. Jeremy is portrayed slovenly, next to a fearful Melanie Mac as Hannah Claire looks on with concern. The Kino Casino also covered day 2 and day 3 of the Amfest streams. Afterwards, they took a short break for the holidays and came back to cover Jeremy's declining channel.
His video business, his YouTube channel, has declined to its lowest level in over 5 years, down 66%.
2026 was a different year for Jeremy, where he would normally make the New Year's resolution to stop drinking, to lose weight, to work less. It appears he has resigned himself to stay the same. An unprovoked monologue from a January stream captures this.
A lot of people, you have to make the choice of what your mindset is going to be and follow through. And I think for some people, it's like you get into a mode and
you're in the
always
rut.
looking for the negative. Yeah.
I would tell guys this all the time at the bar. The bar I hang out at.
Volume's perfect. Volume's perfect now. Thank you for telling me that I needed to up it. I appreciate that.
It's a dive bar. Okay. There has not been an attractive single chick that walked in that bar in 20 years. There is some truth to the fact that people, what is the saying? Like, people are living the exact life that they want to live. And that does play out. But I feel like compelled to always try and be like, yeah, but do you want to, like, is this fun? Like, there was a point in my life when I was kind of depressed and feeling in a rut, and I would be at that bar 4 nights a week. But like, I had a wife at home, which was even less of an excuse. But
what have we said about oversharing? Right? What have we said? You don't overshare this kind of personal stuff. Ever. That's not, shouldn't be your content. Right? So now he's publicly admitting, I was married at the time, but instead of staying home and spending time with my wife, I was going to the dive bar and drinking alone 4 nights a week. What are you doing? If it's true, whatever. It's your personal life. It's your personal problems. Now you're making your personal life public. You cannot do this. You cannot speak publicly as if the internet is your psychiatrist about your private life problems. It doesn't work. All it's going to happen is what's happening right now. They're reacting to it. Now June puts it in his documentary. Now I'm reacting to it. No one would have ever known. If he didn't open his mouth, no one would have ever known that this ever took place. Everyone in life has personal problems. Everyone has things that happen. It's your business. You don't have to turn it into content for the internet at all. That's your private business. Keep it to yourself. Make content for the internet that you choose to make public. That's okay. That can't be personal. That can be used to attack you, right? Or if it is, like, for example, oh no, I suck at a video game. Make fun of me on Reddit. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm really crying about that. I don't give a shit, right? It doesn't really affect me. This stuff will affect him. Like, yikes. Correct. Alan Gray says, I love that Phil is a seasoned lolcow breaking this down like an ex-football player breaking down a play. I know what's going on, man. I've been there. I've been through it. I learned my lesson. I went through my crazy shit just like everybody else, and I came out the other end, and I'm good. That's what I'm seeing. This just took place in what? 2025, late 2025, early 2026. Like, oh, God. Oh. I wish this was Jeremy's ancient past. Like, he was making these mistakes 7, 10, 12 years ago, like I was. Then you'd be like, okay, this just took place. Like, oh, shit. Damn it.
Saw the same fucking people there every night. The same 10 people every night. And it's like,
guess what? You were one of them.
Man, no, like, this is a rut so deep, you're never going to get out of it. Somebody who drank probably 4 to 5 nights a week and has now gone to maybe once every 2 weeks. There's a book I read that is just, it's a really easy read. And I'm not telling anyone, hey, you got to quit drinking forever, because I don't think I ever will. My plan is probably never to quit, but it made it way easier to not drink on a weeknight. You know, it went from like 1 to 2 times a week to like, wait, I drank like 6 days in a row. Like, what the fuck?
In those clips, Jeremy claims he drank 4 times a week, but then it was 6 times a week. The important bit was that he was making peace with his addiction, aiming to drink less rather than not at all. There was a similar approach to his YouTube channel, as the Kino Casino were noticing.
Yes.
He got, on January 19th, 20,000 subs. On a day, he got 87,000 views. Okay?
Everyone's like, he bought subscribers. I'm like, no, I was running YouTube ads because things were leveling off. I wanted to see if I could re-engage. The views on that video, 80,000 of them were from my own channel. You get like 2,000 paid views, and it costs you about $2 to find a new subscriber.
Jeremy was now utilizing what he previously called one of the most insulting services YouTube has ever offered him. As a comparison, the quartering in January...
So if you don't know what they're talking about the YouTube promotion system. Like right now, I could pay YouTube money to promote this stream. I'm not kidding. Like I could just pay YouTube money and say, hey, promote it, and they would push it into the algorithm advanced so that basically I would get more views and I would show up at a higher priority. So big creators use it. Okay, I've never done it. I never will. I would much rather just have people find my content and enjoy it, not they saw it because I paid for it to be featured. You know what I mean? And he outright, at the end of the last react, if you remember, was saying, oh, that, you know, that's a horrible service. Now he's admitting, I'm doing it. I'm doing it now.
10 million views and gained 50,000 subscribers. His peak month in June 2024 was 74 million views and 60,000 subscribers. This is around 7 times the views, yet just 1/5 more subscribers.
So obviously this doesn't make much sense at all. How on earth could he have gotten 50,000 subs for only 10 million views when previously he was only getting 60,000 subs for 71 million views in a month? It doesn't jive. It doesn't correlate. Right?
This is how inordinate Jeremy's subscriber growth was. If 40,000 of those subscribers were paid, then that means Jeremy paid around $80,000 to YouTube in just January. Even stranger, Jeremy had long known how useless subscribers were through YouTube prioritizing their algorithm. But there is the possibility that this same learned behavior from 2008 is still present within him, where sub growth directly translates to dopamine, creating a strange loop where Jeremy is endlessly working to escape his life.
I don't know if it's dopamine. I can tell you personally, from my perspective as an 18-year creator on YouTube, if you get a channel that you're actively making content for and it starts bleeding subs, that's horrible. It looks terrible to the public-facing audience. How can you claim to be someone who is operating a successful business if you're losing the amount of people who are subscribed to you? Now, there have been a couple exceptions. Over the years, YouTube has done what they call a bot purge or a old account purge, and that will always hit you with a negative sub. There's nothing you can do about it, but everyone gets hit by that. Like, everyone loses subs when they do those. But if you're actively doing all your content and it just says, oh, you're losing followers, you're losing people who care, that's horrible, you know? So I don't think it's dopamine. I don't think, in this case, I don't think that's, oh, he gets a big positive feeling when it goes up. I think he's trying to avoid the inevitable crash out that would happen if he starts losing subs regularly and you can see less people care about this guy, and then he has to answer for it. People start asking, why are you losing subs? What happened? What's wrong with your content? Now he has to answer. And what's he going to say? It's the algorithm? No, people are actively unsubscribing. It's not that people aren't seeing the videos. The people who used to watch decided actively to say, no thanks, I'm gone. That's a different kind of thing. So you can't make an excuse that it's YouTube's fault in that case. It would directly be blamed on him. So the only way to counter that is to show fake growth by buying subs. Do you understand? It's not dopamine. Oh, I felt good because I got more subs. It's I'm avoiding the embarrassment of being someone who's bleeding and losing a following. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay.
Himself out and exhausting his money to artificially grow his channel, all done to feel better. What's more, exposing that he does this exposes that he has much more money that he's let on. $80,000 is how much he mentioned the K-Cup machine costs. It still does not stop there because Jeremy was reviving Unsleep Media also at a cost.
In fact, I have about $10,000 in product to open up to celebrate coming back.
Jeremy claims he was unbanned by Wizards of the Coast. As for the packs,
really?
He was phenomenally unlucky with the cards he received, obtaining many inexpensive, rare duplicates. The pinned and loved comment on this video reads, quote, "Thanks for the heads up. Forgot about this channel. Unsubbed immediately. I would prefer an actual rectal prolapse than having to suffer through any content from Jeremy, the walking prolapse."
Wow! Oh, God! Oh, my God! And the comment, he left it. He liked it. He actually he hearted the comment because he probably thinks, oh, that's funny. But oh my God. Wow. For the record, since I started this react, I didn't have anyone leave a comment like that on my video yet. But now they will because I brought it up. There'll be like 20 of those tonight. Anyway.
So he live streamed this on the Quartering Live, and it has a grand total in a day of 1,500 views.
Live viewers?
Not live viewers.
Views.
Just replay views.
No! Wait, is this sweater inside out?
For the record, okay, just for the record, all of my streams do better than that. But this is supposedly like, this is his side thing. You know what I'm saying? This is his, not his main thing he's doing. It's like his side project or whatever. But all my gameplay streams, these streams that I've done here of this react have all done better than that.
It might be inside out, but it looks like it's like a poop thing.
Wait, is that, I don't know, maybe it's just a style. I'm being like a little, now I'm being
It's
like
inside
extra.
out.
It's inside out.
The Kino Casino reacted to this lengthy stream, and where Jeremy admits to forgetting to go live at the very beginning, which means he was opening packs to no one, and is wearing his sweater inside out. The most shocking event did not even happen in this stream, but a different one.
Ash, emergency.
What's going on?
Quartering just got caught looking at cock porn.
No!
It's on Kiwi Farms.
The cyborg is
This is why I can't scroll Twitter.
That's why I'm out. Like if I'm ever hosting, I'm not logged in because that way it won't.
Yeah.
It limits what you can see because I don't
Oh,
want.
There we
yeah,
go!
sensitivity.
Retard
Yeah, I guess I could probably do it.
On Twitter, Jeremy claims that tweet suddenly popped up, furious that it did so, even tagging Elon Musk in the process. This tweet received a community note, explaining that Jeremy has in the past been exposed for searching Reddit for forced cream pie, going as
Second-hand embarrassment. I can't stand it. I can't stand secondhand embarrassment. It drives me crazy. Thank you, Flatman, for a $2 super chat. He says, Jared can't decipher comments from troll comments. No, I think what it is he believes that rolling with it, laughing at it, okay, is going to basically protect him from it. Like if he says, hey, look, if all I do is laugh at the troll comments, then they don't have any effect on me because I'm laughing at them, right? So I'll even like them and I'll you know what I'm saying? I think that's what he thinks, but it's not. Like it's still embarrassing. Sorry, you know?
or to assume, quote, it is easy to assume they search porn frequently and get recommended porn in their feed, unquote. Jeremy deleted this tweet. The antagonization of Jeremy had increased sharply, his antagonist now not only utilizing his sexual blunders to expose previous sexual blunders, but also now commenting on his finances and failing channel. Previously, Jeremy spoke about his watches, RC track, and saltwater fish tank. This time, he leaked his Rumble dashboard, presumably on purpose, showing a balance of $904,000.
Presumably on purpose, huh?
Much of this dashboard does not make sense and works against improving the image of Jeremy. To start, the center notification states that he has been rejected from the Rumble Creator Program. His balance from the last 30 days is $2,594 from 6.6 million views, a tremendously low pay rate, and with the views he has 158,000 hours viewed. This is even less than last time he leaked his dashboard. Now it averages to 86 seconds of watch time per viewer. Jeremy soon after admitted that the balance of $900,000 is false.
This is the super chat that makes him seethe and crash out here. Jeremy, if you have 900K in a Rumble account, why are you asking people for 14K to go to AmFest? And why couldn't you donate the 6K to Toys for Tots? He crashes out about this, and this is the moment where he admits the 900K isn't real.
And
So this is just crazy. Like, constantly now, there's leaks. Right? And we've seen this before that he showed how much his YouTube channel made. Now he showed his Rumble. Like, what on earth is going on? Okay, again, why would that even be something on the screen? You know what I'm saying? Like right now, as I stream to you, I have just the June the King channel and my own YouTube channel open in a browser and nothing else. I don't have my dashboards open with my revenue in them. I don't have private DMs open with other people on the screen. Not saying that I've never made a mistake before. I have. There's been a couple times, oops, I had something open. But you learn your lesson the one time, right? You fix it, and then you never have that happen again. How does this keep happening? That he keeps leaking data to people on the internet. Now people are saying it's all planted. Okay, let's say that it was done on purpose. Why? For what reason would you want people to think you have $900,000 sitting in an account that you can cash out at any time if you're going to ask the internet for money? What is happening? What is the rationale? What is the reasoning? Is there none? At this point, is it all mania? Has it become mania? Just plain mania. Craziness. You know, he thinks he's rationalizing what he's doing, but really it just doesn't make any sense. Because I'm so confused.
I recommend, as a man, as I'm sure you are, you don't worry about other men's money. The idea that I'm not sure what you're talking about with the Rumble money, but I get paid from Rumble monthly, and it's not what people think. You know, it shows a bunch of money in there, but that money doesn't really exist.
So there it is. That's him admitting that the 900K isn't real.
There was a new revelation. It turns out Jeremy did not sell his Neo Geo or even Nintendo collection.
Thought you were selling them off. No.
So he's looking over at his wife. Oh, so he's denying he ever sold them off.
She's like, what the hell?
I sold my Neo Geo stuff
Now
a
he's
long
looking
time
at his
ago,
watch.
but my NES stuff is still around. I still have a good amount of Neo Geo stuff.
This is a fucking lie.
You can only really...
Jeremy on 2 occasions claimed that he sold his Neo Geo collection. Once in this tweet to focus on his Nintendo collection, and again when he was pleading to his audience to assist him with the purchase of an $80,000 K-Cup machine.
I forgot about that. That's right. He'd specifically said he was going to start selling his stuff off to finance that K-Cup machine because the people who were making the K-Cups for his coffee decided to not work with him anymore for political reasons, he thought. So he did the fundraiser to buy the K-Cup machine. And he said outright, I'm selling off my personal collections. Now he's saying, I never sold off my personal collections. Okay.
Jeremy in the stream also touched on him promoting his videos, claiming he was spending around $20,000 a month, a large difference from the presumed $80,000. He arrived at the $20,000 figure because he doesn't find it strange to reinvest 20% of his earnings back into his channel, alluding to now earning $100,000 a month. Lastly, he clarifies that he has $20,000 to throw away each month.
If I didn't have 20 to 30 grand a month to advertise my own videos, do you think I would be? Do you think I would be doing it?
With this revelation, Jeremy's fundraising for events like Amfest seemed even less necessary than before. Regardless, Jeremy in March claimed he is not wealthy.
Isn't Jeremy rich? Why'd be concerned about finances? Well, I'm not rich. Only the rich can own a shipping container, according to fat retards from Canada. Yeah, if only fat retards from Canada were actual people. On Rumble, I've never paid for bots. I don't give a fuck. I have a contract with Rumble that does not care about my minimum viewership, does not care about any of that. None of that. Multi-million-dollar contract with Rumble. Multi-million. And they have never had minimum viewerships or anything like that.
You just said you're not rich. Then you said you have a multi-million-dollar contract with Rumble. None of it makes any sense. Like, none of it to an outsider makes any sense. Maybe from his perspective, it makes sense. Because he's thinking, I'm not rich because he knows people who are filthy rich. Like, filthy rich versus just rich. Newsflash to everyone out there on the planet, anyone who has a multi-million-dollar contract with Rumble is rich. Period. Like, that's it. They're rich. The moment you have a contract where you're going to get paid millions of dollars for something, you are rich. If you can afford to build a racetrack in your yard, if you can afford to have a plane for your wife, if you can afford to have $10,000 of magic cards to unbox because you're relaunching your Unsleeved Media channel, you are rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I rich? No. But am I doing well for myself? Yes. And I am publicly honest with all of you. I am doing well for myself right now. At this time, things are going very well for me. I can afford anything that I need for my setup, right? I do well for myself. I'm not sitting here complaining saying I'm destitute, and I wouldn't do that because that'd be pretty stupid. Why would you believe that I'm destitute when I'm surrounded by all this stuff every day on stream? You know what I'm saying? When I can afford any game, when I could do, it wouldn't even make sense. So the problem here that I think has happened, okay, it's a two-pronged problem. There's 2 prongs. Prong number 1 is that Jeremy all these years has been a grifter, and I don't think anyone would disagree with that, including him. I almost bet he would even say I'm a grifter. Just like I will admit, in the past, I used to be a really bad grifter. I'm not nearly as bad anymore, and I'm more transparent and honest with all of you now, okay? So a grifter can see how a grifter works. You understand? He's been a grifter his entire YouTube career, and he's been able to pull the fast one on everyone. But now he can't do it anymore because he's finally hit the point where it's like, but I don't get it. You're on Rumble making big bank. You're on YouTube making big bank. You've got this event going on, that event going on. You can afford this. You can afford that. You're doing this. You're doing that. How can you be destitute and need us to give you $14,000 to go on a trip? The answer is you're not. You just don't want to spend any money. You want to keep it all for yourself and never reinvest your money into the business. You want us to finance your entire business plus then some so you can live a high life. So that's the first prong, is that his actual grift has finally broken because now he can't actually fool his audience into believing this stuff anymore. Oh, the channel's under attack. Oh, I need your help with this. And now he's getting caught out on all this stuff. But the second prong that went right up his ass is Kino Casino, because they are now daily micro-analyzing everything that this guy is saying, and they are extrapolating it and just shouting it out to the masses in a way that it's never been amplified before. He's never had his grift analyzed before. So because of that, for the first time ever, it's hitting him in the face. And he can't handle it. Instead of being able to just say, well, I don't care, he's sitting here on a stream saying, oh, those two fat guys from Canada or whatever. He's giving them exactly what they want. The moment that he name drops or even mentions or any of that, that is what they want, because they want a war. They want him to clap back so they can go back, and it's an endless back and forth, and only they will profit. This man will never profit from engaging, but they will massively profit from having him engage. Does that make sense? So his grift has broken, and on top of the grift breaking, people have called him out on it and just completely amplified it to the point where everyone knows it, and now he's losing it. There you go. Okay, that's what's going on, in my opinion, that I'm seeing right now from this situation on the documentary. I think that's exactly what's going on. Guitar Player 1939 has just contributed a $25 tip. Thank you, Guitar Player. Hold on a second here. Here we go. That's our first tip of the night. And Guitar Player says, hopefully this helps you get through all of this secondhand embarrassment. Thank you. You know what's happening right now? Like, out of the entire documentary, this part I feel is the most pertinent to me, because this is stuff that I've already been through. This is stuff years ago this affected me. You know what I'm saying? Like, years ago, my basically grifting, talking bullshit, etc., right, was getting called out on. People were analyzing it. You know what I'm saying? So I know what's happening. I can see it. Maybe other people can't understand it, but I'm seeing it. Like, I know exactly what's happened to this guy. He fell for the trap. 1,000,000%. Hook, line, and sinker. He's just like engaging. And now that he's engaging, now he's going to get sucked into that vortex that you can't get out of. Like a swirling toilet that's pulling you down. And no matter how much you're trying to save yourself from getting sucked down, you're turning and you're swirling with all the other turds, and you're going to get sucked down, baby. And there's nothing you can do. Nice analogy, huh? That's a good one. You know, guys say I like toilet humor, right? Okay. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the tip. Now would be a great time to grift some and say, hey, everyone, if you like my React content, please support it tonight, because you guys have now said you really liked this React to the quartering documentary, and you'd like to see me do more in the future. I'm down for that, but I need to know that it's worth my while and that you care. So tonight, you can engage and support this stream. Right now, we've got one tip from Flatman, and we got 2 super chats from one person earlier, and that's it. That's not very convincing. So if you like this content, let's get some super chats, let's get some super stickers, let's get some memberships, let's get some gifted memberships, let's get some kicks, let's get some subs, let's get some gifted subs, and for the love of everything holy, it's time for some tips. Let's go right now. Let's see some support for the reacting content that I put out for you in the last week, shall we? Okay. Good stuff. Let's continue.
So, again, wait, so you aren't rich but willing to risk 100K? Yep, I am. If you can prove that I've ever bought bots for my live streams, I will give you 100,000 USD, or even in Bitcoin, if that's what you want. Just because you're begging us to buy your charity coffee, at the same time you're trying to flex your finances. I'm not begging anyone to buy my coffee. You're living in a fucking loser mindset. Do you have any idea? Like, I sell $150,000 of coffee a month, every month. You think I'm fucking poor? I'm saying I make well over $1 million a year just on coffee.
Uh-huh.
You think...
Oh, now, hold on. He makes over $1 million a year on coffee. Profit or just net income? It's different. I would believe maybe he sells $1 million of coffee a year. What's your cost on that? How much does it cost to make that coffee? How much does it cost to ship that coffee? How much do you spend on advertisement for that coffee? Is it actually profitable? That's the real question. But in his head, I sell over $1 million of coffee a year, so that's success. No, it's not. It could be a loser. It could be a loss for him. He might lose money selling coffee. If he had to spend $80,000 for a Keurig machine to sell the Keurig cups, that's a big detriment to his profits. You know what I'm saying? These are the real questions, and the things. These questions need to be asked. Not how much money do you make net? How much past all your expenses and all this stuff you're blowing on everything? How much do you really make? In my opinion, he has grifted his way to a point where he just makes it sound always like he needs everyone to finance everything for him, and he's just been pocketing all the profits the entire time. But the thing that's sticking him in the ass here is the coffee. The coffee doesn't make him money. He wanted it to, but now he's stuck with this thing. He can't get rid of it. And he just has to try to make a way to turn it into profits, and it really doesn't work. And it's driving him bonkers because it just doesn't work. But he can't give up on it because he's stuck with this thing, you know? But I could be wrong. Maybe it is insanely profitable, but that's not what he's saying here. He's just saying, oh, I sold $1 million of coffee. That doesn't mean anything. What's the profits on it? Was there a gifted? There was a gifted membership from Oh No Not Him Again. Thank you to Oh No Not Him Again. Oh, by the way, the block, I missed your super chat. I'm sorry. I gotta shout out the block as well, guys. Give me a second. I completely missed the super chat here. I never saw it. So Oh No Not Him Again. I'm sorry. I'm so immersed in the documentary, I forgot to shout out contributions. What's wrong with me? I've lost my way. We all know what I'm really here for. I can't believe that I didn't shout out a contribution. Hold on. The block did a $10 super chat. Let's replay it animation. He says all the crap this man threw at other people, and he doesn't have the thick skin to take it. There you go. I mean, literally his business on the quartering is culture wars and talking shit and starting fights and, you know, basically being toxic to people. Let's be honest. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Again, I don't watch his content, but for what we've seen in this documentary, that's what it looks like, right? So now people are doing the exact same thing to him, and he's crumbling because he never looked in the mirror to realize, oh crap, I live in a glass house. I've been throwing stones from a glass house the whole time, and God forbid if someone ever throws a stone at me, what's going to happen? Thank you to Stepdad. Stepdad has gifted a sub, so we have our first sub of the night now over on Kick. Thank you, Stepdad. Thank you for the support, everybody. Okay, let's keep it moving because I do want to finish this tonight, and we have about an hour and a half left. Let's go.
I'm poor, so I'm done addressing you unless you put your money where your mouth is.
That last video is where this video was meant to end, and this post by Return of the Mac and Cheese, posted March 24th, was only a footnote. Now, it is the reason this video had to be rewritten to include a new chapter. Quote, yep, I got an anonymous tip from someone who claims to know people who know of Jer IRL that quartering's best friend is a legit wife-busting bull. I looked into it and can 100% confirm this is real, and dude and his wife swing through the Hambley house to get blackout drunk and hang out in the hot tub and use your imagination, what else? Unquote. Jeremy's friend has stated publicly on Twitter that they are friends. He is also part of the Quartering's Discord server, even given the unique role of Quartering legend. Mac and Cheese then shows...
So, now, I'm going to go on record here. Okay? I'm going to go on record here. This is the kind of shit that I don't agree with whatsoever. All right? If you're going to go after someone, okay, you go after their public problems, the things that they have pushed to the forefront through their behavior that has been public on their streams. So everything that we've done in this documentary up to now, right? His grifting, his businesses, his begging for money, because this is that his sky is falling, chicken little crying stuff, that everything is ending and he needs help. But then he claims that he's super affluent. The relationship, supposedly, I guess, that you could say with his wife that he keeps saying is falling apart. His attitude towards his employees and things like that. This is all public. 100%. This has all been public. Okay? This right now, this Kiwi Farm shit, okay? This is now delving into the behind-the-scenes private shit. Okay? To be honest with you, unless this actually takes place on a stream or something that he has presented to the public, I really don't care. And that's my take. And I know a lot of people disagree and say, oh, no, he's a public figure, and therefore this is all pertinent. I disagree. I don't care about his private life, to be honest with you. I only care about what he is presenting to the internet as part of his business. These leaks and hearsay and rumors and all this stuff, I don't care. Even if all of this part not right now is true, and I don't know how long this is going to be covered in the documentary, I still don't care. It has nothing to do with anything that I'm involved in or have anything to say about. So I'll watch. I might not have much to say here. We'll have to see.
Jeremy's friend's Discord ID is GrapeJelly817. There is a Reddit account with this exact same username. The problem was that this post and commentary was hidden, but a bug allowed Mac and Cheese to somehow view the hidden comments. Several comments were made on r/MidwestHotWives, a subreddit dedicated to lewd photos and swinging, and also the Wisconsin Bull subreddit. This is specifically dedicated to seeking out a quote-unquote bull, a third party to join in intercourse with a couple, sometimes as one partner observes rather than joining in. And Jeremy's friend, with his real name on Twitter, can be seen petitioning women for sex. This all proving that Jeremy's friend is an active swinger. The rest of the post is full of clips or photos meant to convince readers that Jeremy and or his wife is involved with his friend and or his friend's wife. First of note is this clip considered to be a Freudian slip.
Right? Like, he's got some STD, or clearly he's taking a part in that lifestyle. You know, in my experience, I've never taken part in this lifestyle. But I know I have friends who have, and then obviously I've covered people who have, you know, swingers. Instead of cucking now, they call it hot wifing, which is literally just letting your wife bone other dudes. Yeah.
This post also includes Jeremy's belief that Nick Rekieta, a different controversial creator receiving oral sex from a woman who is not his wife on stream, is not a quote-unquote own, Jeremy's previously leaked search of Reddit for cream pies, the specific type of pornography that appeared on his Twitter timeline when he streamed, a time that Jeremy allegedly posted cuck porn to his Twitter, a fantasy he explained while showcasing an interview with Gina Carano, where he is a loyal friend who sits on the sidelines while Gina would be sleeping with various other individuals before gravitating to Jeremy, Jeremy inviting his friend and his friend's wife over to join him in his hot tub, while also commenting on his friend's wife's big ol' boobs, various other mentions of Jeremy's friend's wife visiting his house sometimes to clean, other mentions of Jeremy acting inappropriately towards women who are not his wife, and finally is this part of Mac and Cheese's closing statement. Quote, obviously nothing here is stone cold proof, but perhaps there is something to the long-term speculation in this thread. Let's just focus on the objective facts. Jer is a pervert and creep. Jeremy's best friend is a bull and swinger. Redacted appears to be wealthy and owns a $1.25 million 6-bedroom, 5-bath home according to public record, yet his wife goes to Quartering's house alone to quote-unquote clean regularly. Jeremy makes comments about his friend's wife's fat tits and how bad wants her in his hot tub while drunk on stream. Jeremy has cuckold and cuckold adjacent fetishes, which he publicly exposed. Jeremy openly talks about having sex with women who are not his wife or simps for women and
Alright, when does he stop reading off this laundry list? This is ridiculous.
periodically mentioning that this is speculation and their opinion.
Jeremy Hambley is a cock! Jeremy Hambley is a cuckold confirmed! His best friend Adam is a fucking bull!
Over the coming days, the coverage of Mac and Cheese's post was reaching Jeremy and bringing even more interest towards him and his shortcomings. Mac and Cheese and the casino were celebrating with a victory lap. Jeremy was none too pleased with what was going on, nor with the Keno Casino.
PPP or Andy Worski, either one of you guys are welcome on my show anytime. Anytime. They would rather...
I look horrified. How do you think I feel? I want to know about this stuff. I don't care. Again, this is... ugh. It's just, you know, it's vile stuff. It's the deepest and darkest corner of someone's closet that's full of rotting corpses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want even to know anything about this. I don't care, you know, but ugh.
That my wife of 15 years is having an affair with somebody else and put that shit out on the internet like it's a fact based on nothing, then you know, I've reached out to both of them, and guess what? Neither one of them have replied. I wonder why that is.
On March 30th, Jeremy tweeted to address the ongoing drama, denying that he has an open marriage, and while he's fine with people making fun of him...
So this is it. This is the beginning of the end, because he has engaged. He has, even if he outright denies everything, you've given them exactly what they wanted. You gave them the time of day. I want to go on their show. I've invited them on my show. I've contacted them. I've done that. You did all the wrong things. You literally had the list. Wrong thing, wrong thing, wrong thing, wrong thing. You know? Really. Because the truth is that all they wanted, as we've already said, they want the war. They want the smoke. That's what they say, right? They want the smoke. Right? They want him to start responding, so now you can have a back and forth attack, and now they benefit from it, right? They will now get that boost of attention, because every time they talk about it, they know you're going to respond, and they can't wait to respond to your response every time on the next episode of their show. That's what they're pushing. So the moment you've responded here, in a video, anywhere, they've won. They've gotten what they want, and they're going to grab it, and they're going to continue on with it. So this is all bad what's going on here right now. Guitar Player, thanks for $5. I agree, don't bring people's personal lives into it. But this is the thing, okay? And this is a big difference, I think, that some people don't get, is that I wouldn't, me personally, and that's just me because, you know, I have a different set of morals, values, and beliefs than many other people. Like I've said, my content, I want, at the end of the day, when I go to sleep at night, I want to go to sleep feeling sound and assured that the content that I made today did not hurt someone, did not crush someone, that I didn't have to step on someone to get ahead today, to make a buck or to stay afloat or whatever it may be, because I want to leave a legacy of content that's meaningful and that people can watch for as long as they ever choose to, because it's on the internet, public for everyone, and it's pertinent today, and it's pertinent tomorrow, and it's pertinent in 5 years, it's pertinent in 10 years. You know, people still say to me to this day, I can go back and watch one of your old playthroughs of games from 5 years, 10 years, 15, 18 years ago, and it's still fun, and it's still pertinent. Yeah, because the playthrough is a game. No one was hurt in the making of that playthrough. No one was stomped on. No one's reputation was ruined. No one's dirty laundry was personally aired out. That's my opinion based on how I was raised, based on my own moral compass. And, you know, not everyone is me. I can't expect that every single person is going to be up to the same moral standards as me. Okay? I don't stand for that personal attack stuff. I literally don't. Okay? I can't. It actually, I feel like it's messed up when someone feels like there's absolutely no line that can't be crossed or whatever. I've outright said this about Kiwi Farms. I think it's a heinous site. I don't care what Josh Moon says. I feel like that's a toxic place that is completely anti-humanity and it should not exist. Okay? I really do. And it's just a really disgusting situation that there are people, tons of people, who their entire business is based around, let's hurt people today. How is that allowed? How is that legal? Why is this something that we all accept? Why do we think it's good to get a laugh at the expense of someone else and stomping on them? I just don't understand it. You know, I don't. Especially because I have found a way. It was tougher than if I'd gone the drama route, but I have found a way to be successful that doesn't harm others. So why is it okay for people to literally just harm others to get ahead? I'm lost. But again, I'm built different than a lot of other people. And I get that. Not everyone is the same, okay? But the best way to engage here is to not engage. These people are saying horrible things about me and my family and all that. Just ignore it. Because if you don't give them anything, all they can ever do is speculate, right? That's it. All they can ever do is speculate based on hearsay, based on guesses, all of that. But the moment that you engage, you're just giving them the next thing to go after. You're giving them the bait they want. And he fell right into the trap. Dead on, face first. He charged into it because he was angry. Emotion can make you make big mistakes in life. I know that, again, firsthand. I've made tons of mistakes in my life because of emotions. And I think that's what happened here is that Jeremy got overcome with emotion. Now they're coming after his personal stuff that he does not regularly talk about, right, in his content. Maybe something slips here or there. And yes, you can insinuate something from what you've seen in his content, but that's not the focus of his content. And yet this is now what people are going to come after him for. You know what I'm saying?
Claims the harassment has people mailing things to his house and making his wife feel unsafe. Mac and Cheese was twisting the knife, noting how March was Jeremy's worst month ever, yet it has 18 million views. However, this is explained by Jeremy's strategy of uploading YouTube Shorts, short-form videos that get hundreds of thousands of views yet pay very little. His regular videos this month amounted to around 7.5 million views.
Yeah, for the record, just so everyone knows, YouTube Shorts pay almost nothing. Like, you can have a short that has 1 million views and you'll make like $100. I'm not kidding. It depends on the ads, but the ad revenue on a short is abysmally low compared to a regular video. So if half of his views are shorts, it really doesn't make sense.
Jeremy's channel, at least for his regular content, is declining steeply. To make matters worse for Jeremy and those around him, a detailed dox of Jeremy's friend was posted on QB Farms, alongside a separate post detailing Jeremy's friend's criminal history that includes domestic abuse. On April 3rd, Jeremy again tweeted at the Kino Casino, requesting to have a debate/conversation. He also posted the messages he sent to PPP, and the considerably lengthier and far more numerous messages sent to Worski, likely because of their history covering similar topics in 2018. He'd even petitioned Null to host the possible debate. Null responded by clarifying that PPP is after Jeremy's financial information, likely circumventing the debate by mentioning how inconsistent Jeremy is with the status of his finances. Jeremy goes on to claim that he is willing to go on Caleb Hammer's Financial Audit podcast, a request previously made by the Kino Casino.
This is all, again, he is giving them everything they want. He's just handing it to them. Here you go, 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 here you go. Why do you think they didn't respond to the million DMs that he sent them about, hey, what about this? I saw you accuse me about this. I saw you. They're not responding because they don't want to engage you. They just want more content. They're content farmers. That's literally what they are. A lot of people say, oh, they're trolls. No, 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 no. They're not trolls. They're content farmers. And they're probably two of the best in the business. They know how to get content and to keep going with it. They know how to game the system. They know how to work right. They know how to poke people just the right way. They're experts at content farming. Forget all these dumb outfits they wear on their streams. They should both be wearing farmer outfits. Seriously, that's to be the best outfit, the most accurate one possible. They both are fucking farmers and they're just working there. You know what I'm saying? And then, boom, tons of money. That's just it. I mean, it all culminates in what's going on today. And I think that this documentary at the very end will get to what's going on today because this has been their biggest payday yet. Everything that's going on right now has made these two guys more money than anything before. Thank you to This and Dat. This and Dat just did a $20 super chat. Thank you, This and Dat. Or excuse me, a $20 tip. Excuse me. It's a $20 tip. And he says, doesn't matter what content you do, I enjoy it. Mouse PI was awesome. Thanks. In regards to Jeremy, he was crying that he was a freedom of speech guy. He talks so much shit. As soon as someone says something about him, he cries and goes to his audience. Thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. This and Dat. Okay. Okay.
They celebrated this development, perhaps too soon.
He's scared of what's being revealed about the bull. He doesn't want anyone digging any
How the hell is he talking with that shit on his face? How does he talk perfectly with the rabbit outfit on?
deeper into the situation with his bull, into the Nexium
How could he breathe with that on?
cult, and all of this. So he's prepared to agree to fucking anything. Honestly. And we could probably get a lot more out of Jeremy because we hold all the cards.
See? He's publicly admitting it. He's literally publicly admitting it.
We have all the leverage in this situation. I told you guys, the house always wins.
Just one day later, PPP on Twitter shared a screenshot of a community strike the Kino Cathedral promo channel received, not to be confused with their main channel, Kino Casino Clips.
So, this is all going to be confusing for those who don't know. So, the Kino Cathedral channel is Ashton's or PPP's. He doesn't use it a lot, but he puts out promo clips and stuff like that. Then there's an official clips channel called Kino Casino Clips. That channel is owned by their editor, not them. And that's the one that was putting out highlight clips every single day when they streamed on YouTube. Okay? So there's a lot of channels involved. It's going to get a little bit confusing here.
The Kino Cathedral received a strike for harassment and bullying, PPP claiming it was Jeremy who reported the video and is responsible for the strike. Jeremy on Twitter stated, quote, PPP, a random Canadian, only considered stop spreading slanderous lies about my wife, my friend, and family if I gave him 7 years worth of tax forms. Again, a random fucking nobody demanded my tax forms in order to even consider stopping harassing my family and friends. Fuck him. Unquote. Jeremy was not going forward with the Caleb Hammer podcast or any debate for that matter. Later that night, PPP posted again. Another video had been taken down, this time on the Kino Casino's main channel, for violating YouTube's policy on personally identifiable information. PPP will later confirm that it was filed by Jeremy's friend. The way the YouTube strike system works is that after a warning and 3 community guideline strikes, the channel is banned. This means that if just 2 more videos are taken down for a community guideline strike, so would the entire Kino Casino clip channel. Worski reported that Jeremy had shown the Quartering YouTube channel was not the source of the initial report. Worski also believing that while it may not have been the Quartering, Jeremy still has countless other channels. So the possibility of Jeremy being the source of the reports still remains.
I guess we're going to get technical now. So, to be honest with you, there's been a lot of misunderstanding and misinformation in regards to how YouTube works. Okay? The only time on YouTube that you can officially issue something that's related directly to your channel is a copyright strike. That is it. You can issue a copyright takedown request through your channel. You can actually do it right through the auto match system that is present on your YouTube channel, or you can manually submit a copyright takedown request through a form on the YouTube website, and you put all your channel information into it. That is it. Okay? If you are going to put a community strike against someone, which could be for harassment, for bullying, for doxing, for egregious content, for example, extreme violence, sexual content, all those would be considered community guideline strikes. None of that is done through a YouTube channel. Those are all separate reports that anyone can do. Okay? So the confusing thing about this part of the whole situation is that everyone seemed to want to find what was the evidence that it was Jeremy who did it through one of his channels. That doesn't exist because it's not done through a channel. Okay? It's not at all. So this part, I think, was kind of like they were misguided. They didn't really know what was going on. And they're like, well, I don't know. Is it tied to a channel? Is it tied to this? It doesn't matter. It's not through a channel. Only a copyright strike is done through a channel, ever. Okay? So it didn't need to have an association with any channel. And this is what was confusing, because I think what they're going to do is Jeremy started showing, oh, look, I didn't flag any channel. It wouldn't show up anywhere. Like, no lie. If let's say, for example, someone issued right now a takedown against a YouTube channel, there's nowhere on YouTube to see that. It doesn't exist. There's no queue. Here's your takedown attempts. It's only copyright. That's it. Okay? Thank you to Flatman for $2. He says, Jeremy has inside people at YouTube facts, bro. We're going to talk about this. I think we're going to get into it. I think we are. We'll see. Let's continue, and let's see how deep this gets, because I don't know how technical this is going to get. I hate to say it. For all the wrong reasons, I know a lot about the technical side of YouTube, the shit that I had to go through all these years of people harassing me. So, let's go.
Morning of April 5th, Worski stated that their strikes were appealed as to have them overturned, and their videos were restored. The looming threat of a ban was seemingly gone. Jeremy, still being blamed for the initial reports, was claiming that if he wanted to get them banned, he could, claiming either Worski or PPP is a ban evader and that their YouTube channel is a walking terms of service violation. Worski retorted by believing this was an admission that Jeremy was behind the reports and also posted his YouTube channel as to show he is not ban evading. Even so, Jeremy continued to tweet, now more menacingly. Quote, if these clowns keep going after my friends and family just because they don't like me, totally fine. I will in fact take everything they have and never apologize for it. Psycho weirdos are messaging my wife, calling her phone, people are harassing my friends. Roast me, fine. There used to be a line, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. But these psychos are harassing my family, my wife, and my friends.
And sadly, here is now the end result of all of the years of the content that the Quartering has put out. Because we already went through the history in this documentary of the kind of content that Jeremy would put out. He would hyper-focus on a person. He would make a ton of videos about said person, right? He would say bad things about them. And, I mean, there was the cosplayer in the Magic the Gathering community. There was Brie Larson, right? And so he's made this kind of content before. He's benefited directly from this kind of content before. And now, whoop, now the target has now been aimed directly at him. And now he's feeling likely how the people who he was targeting felt. And it doesn't feel good. I know, because I've been there. You know, it doesn't feel good to think that most people on the internet are laughing at you and think that you're some kind of a scumbag, to think that you're a degenerate, to think that you're all messed up. Whether it's completely true, completely false, or landing somewhere in the middle, to have the ire of the internet on you is a horrible thing. And this is what his game was. Like, this was his game was grift, and his game was culture war drama. And the culture war drama created a lot of harassment towards people. And then when people called him out for it, oh, we're under attack, grift to pay for everything. That was always his methodology of success. And now, here at the end game of it, right, the end result of all years of that happening, now it's happening to him. People who are actual better content farmers and perhaps better grifters than he ever was are now doing the shit shoveling towards him. And he doesn't know how to respond to it. And it's destroying him. He's doing all this stuff now out of like this kind of desperate attempt to try to stop them, but they will never stop because they're now making the most money they've ever made off of this man. So why would they stop? Okay.
They have no rules, and starting today, neither do I. You guys have spread disgusting, vile lies about my wife. You literally retweeted a Photoshop picture of her, someone who is not on the internet. I strongly dislike you, but would never dream of bringing your family into anything. I don't think it's crazy to expect two other grown men to understand that my wife, who is not an online person, to be left out of things. The more they push it, the more I want to become the villain they already accuse me of." Unquote. This was viewed as yet another empty threat, one that brought on even more ridicule. New to the mix was Jeremy's often uttered, inane question, "How was your weekend?" A question Jeremy poses before going on what are viewed as excessive discussions of mundane activities, all in an effort to fill time on his podcast. Jeremy was not being taken seriously. So again, still on April 5th, he reconfirmed his threat.
This is just it. See how much he tweeted? He just, again, he's like unhinged now and he's doing it again. He keeps going on these crazy X Twitter tirades of just post after post after post after post after post after post. It's like, oh my God. So here it comes again.
First will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion. Easy takedown. And next will be your kick. I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. unquote. PPP responded by stating that Jeremy is shameless, has no power anywhere, and is a cuckold. Jeremy then reached out to Null again as a medium to relay a message. He is demanding that the Kino Casino take down their videos attacking his marriage or he will bury them, and that he can burn it all down with his 5 years guaranteed salary at Rumble. In this screenshot, Jeremy claims he has a non-racial slur YouTube representative, and all it would take is one phone call. The medium of communication would become exceedingly important in the coming days. As for Jeremy's threats, PPP posted this message and refused Jeremy's offer, calling it a Mafia Don extortion tactic. That was the final straw. In the early morning of April 6th, Jeremy promised scorched earth. More mockery came as a response to Jeremy's newest threat. Kiwi Farms celebrated both Jeremy's rage and how well-fed PPP from the Kino Casino would be in monetizing Jeremy. As many hours had gone by and Jeremy had failed to make good on his threats, his Twitter replies had become so filled with comments mocking him that even the ones he purposely hid were so numerous they possibly outnumbered the unhidden replies. Even Null commented on Jeremy's inaction. Finally, Jeremy began streaming, and many viewers anticipating the stream both joined and were banned, likely for their comments. Null also commented on the stream as Jeremy was not even talking about the Kino Casino, rather returning to his standard programming. The scope of mockery was increasing. More creators.
The answer to all of this is so simple. I don't know how people couldn't figure this out. Why did nothing take place on April 6th? Because it was my birthday. That was my birthday marathon. Everyone was too busy watching me. No one could be bothered with this nonsense. Everyone had to watch DSP have fun and get drunk and be silly and play games and just dick around on his birthday. And then they went back down there. I mean, come on. It's my birthday. You can't be messing with my birthday like that. Out of respect for me, everyone, all right, we'll give him an extra day. Then we'll go to war tomorrow. That's exactly what happened. We all know that. Come on.
Were jumping in to denounce Jeremy, often in support of the Kino Casino.
We're still here, Jeremy Hambley of Wisconsin.
It turned out that this was not the first time a threat of the sort came from Jeremy. In 2018, creator Mr. Medicare was fighting with Sargon of Akkad, and had the possibility of getting his channel struck or perhaps even banned just by the act of a viewer donating a racist message. The quartering threatened to do such a thing, going as far as to demand to confront him, but only on Medicare's live stream as to send a racist message to possibly get his channel banned. When Medicare failed to agree to Jeremy's terms, Jeremy himself began streaming and accepted a call from Keemstar. It was then that Keemstar added Medicare to the call, assuring the confrontation would happen, just not on Medicare's channel as Jeremy demanded.
This is all like backstory, and it's just confusing. They're throwing it in so late. Like, this should have been like in 2018. Vassal, thank you for a 1313 super chat. He says, all is peaceful in the world on DSP's birthday. Damn straight. Actually, it was a pretty messed up day, because that was the day that Asmongold was supposed to come on my stream to wish me a happy birthday, and he got banned from Twitch. So maybe already there was enough drama that day that they said, that's the limit of drama we could do today. So that maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But thank you, Vassal, for a 1313 super chat. I appreciate that. That's actually our biggest super chat of the night, so thank you for that. Since now we've basically passed the halfway point of tonight's stream and the finale of my react to this documentary, again, I would just like to say if you guys have enjoyed my reaction to this documentary and you want to see me do more of this kind of content in the future, to please engage and support the stream. Give the stream a like the stream archive, leave comments on it, and please tonight support the stream. All right? I want to know that it's worth my while. Like I've said, I have had big success recently with all of my gameplay content and my podcasting. All right? This has been a departure for me to go back to this kind of content. And if you like it, I want to know that you do. I need to know that you do. Please support it tonight. And this will weigh heavily on my conscience on if I'll do more of this in the future. Okay. Grift mode off. Let's continue.
Basically said, I can't wait to fucking super chat you 1488. Wink, wink, Jim. Oh my God, are you scared of the audience? You scared of what happened to Ralph? I'm going to super chat you 1488. Wink, wink. Fuck you.
No, that's not
Fuck
what I
you.
said.
You're obvious. Fuck you.
That's not what I said.
That was what Jeremy, in essence, said.
You just told me you didn't say it though, but you
Yeah,
did.
You did say
Just like you said. You said. You know.
What a fucking bum. Oh, come on, Jim. Let me get you
Oh,
flagged.
come on,
By the
Jim.
way,
Let me run gay ops and deplatform you.
people
It's
were
been a
flagged
long
for
time.
this.
You don't have a reputation that precedes you. You're just some fucking guy on YouTube like
So
everybody
then
else.
why do you assume I would flag your shit?
He kind of does have a reputation. Like,
pretty much everybody hates him, and now
Star from the top.
This 2018 stream had one more standout comment from Jeremy.
Your content isn't even art, Jim. Your content isn't even artistic.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean,
your content isn't artistic.
I know. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
all right,
drink.
be good. Bye.
As for the Kino Casino stream, it opened with a particularly passionate and directed monologue by PPP, both challenging Jeremy to act and emphasizing PPP's resolve.
You think they'll ever stop fucking with you, bitch? Send the fucking papers, cock! Fucking do it! You'll never do fucking shit!
Do it.
So, my take, all right, they know that no matter what happens, they win now because he's already engaged. So since he already engaged, they can endlessly make fun of this guy forever, and that's a revenue train for them. If he continues to engage, that's even more of a revenue train for them. But if they can goad him into actually trying to take an action against them, okay, what ends up happening is they go from the content farmers that people like to martyrs, because now they can stand on the hill of free speech. We were just doing what everyone else does. I don't understand why everyone else can make drama content and we can't. So why on earth are we going to be attacked for it? It's not fair. It's not right. You shouldn't be able to flag channels. You shouldn't be able to take people down for it, right? And the thing is, it's like I've said, an eye for an eye doesn't work because at the end of the day, everyone ends up blind, right? One of the unspoken things that YouTube content creators who react or do drama content will never really publicly talk about is the fact that they'll all talk shit about each other in a circle endlessly as long as it makes them money, but they're never actually going to go after anyone. Like, for example, no one's going to say, I hate you and I'm going to go try to beat you up in real life. That's never going to happen. Maybe there'll be a stupid boxing match that makes them big money, but why would you just go beat someone up? That doesn't actually fit the narrative of what you're trying to do. You're trying to have an endless cycle of drama so everyone can make money and benefit. That's the game. In a lot of ways, the ultimate suckers of this kind of content are the viewers. Because in reality, do you really think that any of these people really hate each other? No, they don't. They're just doing this to make money. If there was no money in it, they wouldn't give a shit. If they weren't making hand over fist money making fun of the quartering, they would never have brought up his name. And if they all of a sudden stopped making money on him, they would move on to somebody else who would make them more. That's how they operate. They don't actually want Jeremy or the quartering to be hurt. Jeremy or the quartering shouldn't want them to be hurt because this is all a reciprocal thing where everyone can make money, right? Again, that's the unspoken rule. So what they're hoping is either he's never going to do anything, in which case we win because we can just keep making fun of him, or he will take action. And the moment that he strikes me down, what is the quote that Obi-Wan Kenobi says in Star Wars A New Hope? If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine. Because you become more powerful as a martyr than just as a normal person. And therefore, if he does the thing he's claiming he's going to do, it's just going to help them more. Okay? Seriously. Bandits Mitz did a $2 super chat, says it's YouTube WWE hype. In a lot of ways, you're absolutely positively correct. The difference here is WWE is fake, and this stuff, this internet blood sport stuff, okay, is real. Meaning they're actually talking about real people, not created characters. They're actually talking about real occurrences and personal stuff, not made up plot lines that Vince McMahon and Triple H came up with in a stupid boardroom. This is real shit. Once these people get embroiled into this level of content, if they willingly engage in it, they're never going to get out. They'll always be embroiled in it forever. There's no really avoiding it anymore. And therefore, you go down the dark black hole of you're sucked in it forever. Now you're stuck. This is the only way you can ever get over. Like, let's be honest here. These guys are master content farmers. They are master trolls. Do you ever think they could be good at anything else in their lives? Not to say that they need to be. But do you think that either of these guys are going to get a 9-to-5 job and be successful somewhere? No, because they're now so embroiled down this internet drama thing. Anytime someone's background check on this guy, let me find him. What the hell is all this I'm seeing on the internet? I don't want this guy working for me. So this is it. This is their life. This is their future. They're stuck in it forever. So not that that's a bad thing with the amount of popularity and money they're making. I'm just making a point here. So 1,000,000%, okay? This is exactly what they wanted. I'm not saying that they actually wanted their channel to be taken down and never restored. I'm just saying they wanted the internet blood sport. They wanted the fight. They know that if Jeremy takes action against them in any capacity, besides just tweeting into the void like he does, that basically they're going to benefit. This is what they wanted all along. That was their master plan all along. Let's get this guy to bite. Hook, line, and sinker, he bit.
Down this platform right now. You said that you had the connections. You said to Josh Moon in DMs that you were talking to Eddie from Kick and we would never stream again. Well, I'm still fucking here, bitch. What do you fucking think about that? You're gonna have to drag me out of this motherfucker with a crane because I'm fat as fuck and I've had it with you.
As to continue to undermine Jeremy and highlight his failure, the casino compared themselves to Jeremy's recent humiliating Kick debut.
Here's Jer's Kick debut. An hour and 25 minutes into his stream today, he had the lofty and grand total of 6 viewers on this site. Right now, we have 10,681.
In the early morning.
This I don't understand. Why did he try to stream on Kick? That doesn't seem to make sense. He has a good viewership on YouTube. He's trying to work on this Rumble contract. I don't know why he tried to stream on Kick.
April 9th, and regardless of his inaction, Jeremy tweeted again, stating how easy it would be to get their channel banned, citing PPP, not Andy Worski, as the banned evader. Jeremy, in another deleted tweet, even alluded to getting their Kick channel banned. Just when it appeared that Jeremy was going to take the Kino Casino down, he posted this multi-paragraph tweet, now saying that he should have never implied anything about taking their channel down, and that it was him getting emotional. Even though he is displeased with the rumors they've spread, he also understands the error in oversharing information and how it has become weaponized against him. His new strategy is to write it out. This was not so easily accepted as creators and viewers alike had hardly forgotten about the gravity of Jeremy's previous threats. Jeremy on his gaming stream was getting harassed like never before. This was meant to be the pinnacle of the scandal, the pinnacle of outrage directed at Jeremy. In reality, it was just the beginning. On April 10th, the Kino Casino's biggest channel, their Clip channel, was banned for violating YouTube's terms of service.
Now, that's false. I actually have to call out June here. He misworded this. He said their biggest channel, the Clips channel, was taken down. No, their biggest channel is their Kick channel. Now, it's not a YouTube channel, but their biggest, that is their income. That is the source of all of their attention on the internet, is their Kick channel. So their biggest source of income, their way that they stream every day, where they're getting the tens of thousands of viewers, that's Kick. That's a misstatement. This is a side channel where they're making some side revenue on Clips, and the editor makes a ton of money on it. Like, that's his major life income. And they, from what I'm to understand, they are making some money on the Clips channel. At least they were at one point. I don't know if they currently were when this happened, but that's how it worked, is they were making some side content there. The editor kept most of it, but that's not their biggest channel. Their biggest channel by 1,000,000% is their Kick channel, okay?
PPP stated on the matter, quote, "Well, sure to his word, Quartering flagged down our entire Clip channel for quote-unquote ban evasion. He really is the most pathetic worm you could possibly imagine. Free speech warrior my ass, our channel is under attack."
Now here's where the big mystery begins. How could they be flagged for ban evasion if they're not banned anywhere? If none of PPP's channels are banned, if none of Andy's channels are banned, how could their Clips channel get banned for ban evasion? In addition, the Clips channel is owned by their editor. If it's owned by their editor, as they've claimed all along, how could it be, banned for ban evasion? I already talked about this when I talked about this almost a month ago, but I'll reiterate for the sake of this react. The way that YouTube works is you can only be banned for ban evasion if you have another existing channel that's violated community rules a certain amount of times and it's banned. Then you're also banned from making other content on YouTube for yourself. But there's something that I like to call the Keemstar rule. Because years ago, this exact same thing happened to Keemstar. He was banned from one channel, tried to make content for another, and that one got banned because it was his channel. So he had someone else make a channel They owned it. All revenue went to them. He was able to make content for that channel, and because he didn't directly own it, it was allowed. And that's how he got around this rule for many, many, many years. Okay? So even if one of PPP's channels or one of Andy Worski's channels were banned on YouTube, there wouldn't make sense that their Clips channel, which supposedly is owned by their editor, would be banned for ban evading. It actually doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay? All right.
Quote, hundreds.
I'm not saying they're lying, for the record. I'm just saying this is where the fishiness comes in. This is where the big question mark for the last month. Everyone's been scratching their head. How is this possible? This doesn't make sense per the rules. The rules are the rules. They apply to everyone. How could they have their thing banned for ban evading? They're not ban evading.
Creators and Twitter users were quote tweeting in support of the Kino Casino. Andy Worski reconfirmed the reason the channel was taken down was for ban evasion, just like Jeremy threatened. Even Andy Worski's main channel was banned just minutes afterward. Jeremy shared this photo.
Oh, did you hear that? I hate to say it, that shouldn't have been glossed over. Even Andy Worski's channel was banned just a few minutes afterward. Now we don't just have a one-off weird situation. Now we have a pattern. We have two channels that were not banned, that supposedly were both banned, and I believe they were both banned for ban evasion, right? What is going on? I don't know. Anyway, so, for example, now there's two. Was Andy Worski's channel banned for ban evasion? Did it say ban evasion? Well, he's not evading a ban. He's not banned. How could he be banned for ban evasion? Okay? You can't, if you have two channels on YouTube, you can't have them both banned for ban evasion. That doesn't make sense. Right? It can't. If those are your only channels, there has to be an original channel that broke YouTube's terms of service that got banned for that, whether it's harassment, bullying, copyright infringement, whatever it may be. That channel got shut down, and then on the basis of that, other channels can be banned for ban evasion. Does that make sense? You can't have a channel just banned for ban evasion when you didn't ban evade. You don't have another channel. So the weird thing to me that I'm trying to understand, the Clips channel got banned for ban evasion, and Andy Worski's channel got banned for ban evasion within minutes of each other. Which was the channel that ban evaded? They can't both ban evade. Does that make sense? Even if they're arguing they were both, owned by the same person, you can't, it doesn't make any logical sense. And I have a theory, but let's continue, because I will tell you my theory in a bit.
About receiving a gift from his wife, mentioning that his birthday weekend was kicking off right. The gift was a box of sorts that included decorated playing cards, a die, and even casino chips. This was thought to be a direct reference to the Kino Casino and their banning. Just 1 hour later, the quarterings weekend took a dark turn. Quote, in the last 5 hours, people have shown up at my house. Caller ID block numbers have called both mine and my wife's phones. My channel has received multiple reports. I assume this is because I made fun of Israel deranged people? This stuff is insane. Unquote. As evidence that he was not the source of the banning, Jeremy posted his flagging history for the Jeremy Hambly channel and his quartering live channel.
YouTube.com/report this. Where is that? I want to do this right now on my channel and see what it looks like, because I've never reported anyone, and I want to see if that's available. Report this. What is that? Report this to us? No, report this to what? Where do you find that menu? YouTube.com/report this to what? Where is that? That's on a phone. I mean, I could try it on my phone. Where do you find that? Where do you even see that? Like, no screen on my phone looks like that. Maybe that's not the app. Is that the browser? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, guys. So, youtube.com / Report this to report this. Maybe it's the report history. Okay. Okay. I see. So this shows your entire history of the existence of your channel, of any report that's been associated with it. Okay. All right. That's interesting. So I didn't know that existed. So what he's trying to, okay, what he's trying to do is create a defense saying, look, there's no evidence. Okay. Well, number one, I have a few things I could say about this. And again, I don't know if this is true or not. Okay. Hold on. Okay. He claims he did this live and he showed his account. So this could be some of his accounts, but not all of them, which is, I think, is what they said, right? But there's also an ability. There's also an ability to withdraw reports. But if you withdraw the report, would that withdraw the consequence of the report? Like, let's say, for example, someone flags someone for harassment and cyberbullying, and YouTube reviews it and says, yeah, that video actually did violate our terms of service, hit him with a community strike. Well, now you can just withdraw your request. Yeah. So maybe that's the case. Maybe you submit, oh, they got hit with the consequence. I'll just withdraw the request and now show, oh, look, my queue's empty. Right? This is very interesting. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let's look. I guess I'd have to mess with it because I can't do anything right now. Okay. I'm just curious. I'll have to look into it later. Sadly, I can't do it live. I'd have to mess with the tools and see how they work because I've literally never used it before. I would have to mess with it to see and do some testing myself. I'm sorry I didn't watch this documentary ahead of time, so I didn't come with you guys or come to you guys with the stuff. I wish I had known that this was in it, but I don't spoil myself when I do live reacting. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have to experiment with it later. I can't do it right now. You know, it's not going to work. So, okay. Well, I don't know. Can you withdraw a report? I don't know. I'd have to test it. Because I know for a fact, I can tell you this, you can withdraw a copyright strike. I've done that before. In the past, there were a strike that I issued against someone. In retrospect, I looked back at it. I said, okay, that really was fair use. And I made an error. And I was able to remove the request. And I believe it removed the copyright strike from the person. So I know it works with copyright. I don't know if it works with the reporting system. I'm not well versed in that, okay? But I guess so what people are saying is here that he basically was showing some of his channels, right? But not all of them. I think that's what people are getting at here, that he didn't reveal all of his channels and he has so many channels because this is true. He's got so many channels. We just saw he's got the unsleeved media channel. He's got the quartering channel. He's got the streaming channel. He's probably got all those other ancient channels that he doesn't use, but they're still there. He still has access to them. Did he use those to report? Okay. I just received an anonymous $5 tip from somebody. We've been asking for this kind of content. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $5. What did I just click? Oh, tell me I didn't just screw up my screen. Okay, I didn't. Okay. Phew. Okay. Thank you for the support. Okay, let's continue, because again, I want to finish this tonight.
Histories were empty, even going as far to say that the Kino Casino were wrongfully banned and that they should 100% be restored. Worski, however, was attempting to contact the owner of Rumble, claiming that Jeremy got the Kino Casino banned.
Hambly really fucked up today. Like, he's done, like, the worst possible thing that he could have possibly done.
While there was no definitive evidence that Jeremy was responsible for the ban reason was irregular because it was for posting previously removed content that violates terms of service and posting from creators who have channel restrictions or have been terminated. Neither should have applied to the Kino Casino clip channel. While Worski's main channel was banned alongside the clip channel, allegedly neither had a strike, and the clip channel itself is allegedly owned by their editor, not Worski.
Right.
Posting content from creators with a current channel restriction or creators who have been terminated under our terms. Now, we're not banned from YouTube, and it's not our channel. He's not actually attacked our livelihood. We didn't make any money from that channel. We never took a penny from that channel. All of the money from that channel went to our editor Flaked because he has a family.
While deplatforming has become somewhat standard in the online space, Jeremy's contemporaries, as frequent targets of deplatforming, view this action as a sin. Tales of such are remembered even a decade later.
Parallels with Matt Jarbo are really crazy, aren't they? Matt Jarbo got famous for being flagged down by Zoe Quinn. That's how he blew up. That's how he reached the heights that he reached on YouTube. And it all came crashing down when it was revealed that the same thing that he made himself a victim out of, he was doing to others.
Oh, man.
And here we have Jeremy Hambly doing the exact same thing.
Can I just add this? On entertainment worldwide on X.
Wait a minute.
We are the
whoa, 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 whoa. I just had an epiphany. You ready? Jeremy showed off his report screen. You don't report someone to get them ban evade banned. Is there a report to get someone ban evade banned? Hold on. Give me 1 second. There is no... Oh, hold on. There is no report for ban evasion reporting. I've just confirmed it. There is no report on YouTube for ban evasion. So remember, they were banned for ban evasion. That's what they were banned for. They weren't banned for a community infraction, meaning harassment, cyberbullying, or any of that at all. They were banned. It was ban evasion. That would not show in a reporting queue at all. Period. It would not show. It's done differently. 100%. I promise you. It doesn't show through, you cannot report a video for ban evasion anywhere. I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, report. I'm not going to report June the King's video. Okay, I just want to show you what's in the queue. Okay, this is what's in the queue. sexual content, vile or repulsive content, hateful, harassment, cyberbullying, harmful or dangerous acts, suicide, self-harm, misinformation, child abuse, promotes terrorism, spam or misleading, or legal issue. The only thing you could think of would be legal issue. When you click on legal issue, it gives you actual legal issues, but it doesn't say ban evasion. Okay? So there is no defense. Like what I guess Jeremy was like, oh, look, I'm innocent. That wouldn't prove his innocence because it's not done through that queue, and it wouldn't show in your reporting history. If someone was banned for ban evasion, it would not happen. Yeah. The question is, how do you report someone for ban evasion? I don't know. Like, let's say you thought someone was running a second channel and their first channel was banned. How would you report that to YouTube? I don't know. What is that process? Has anyone ever been involved in it before? I haven't, so I don't know. But it's not that. I knew something was fishy about that reporting queue. I was like, that's for when you direct. What I showed you what it is. It's that drop down right here. All your reports will show from right there. That's it. And there's no ban evasion there. So there you go. But I don't know how you actually respond to or report someone for ban evasion.
The most posted about thing on Twitter right now, above MAGA influencers split over Israel and U.S. foreign policy. That's right. This story is above what the political news is right now. Jer?
The news of...
I hate to say it, but that's not true. But what Andy doesn't realize is that X uses an algorithm very similar to YouTube. And what that means is, the content that you engage with is fed to you. Okay? So, for example, yes, if you watch content regarding this story, you will then be fed more content regarding this story, and it will show as trending above everything else. However, if no one had ever heard of Jeremy the Quartering, if no one had ever heard of Kino Casino and you never engaged with their content, it wouldn't feed you that as the top news feed. I confirmed this myself. Okay? It's the same thing that happens with YouTube. That basically on YouTube, once you watch one video, YouTube will endlessly feed you content through the algorithm of that topic forever, thinking that's what you want, acting like it's the biggest trending topic, even when it's not. I'm not saying it wasn't trending. It absolutely was trending. Okay? 1,000,000% it was trending, but it actually wasn't the top trend on X. Because I saw it as my top trend, and then I started looking. No, other things were way trending above, but if all you do is use X casually, it would look like the top trend if you're into these guys or the Quartering or whatever, and then you would think, oh, that's the top thing, but it wasn't. It was big though.
Casino's banning had grown alongside disdain for Jeremy, so much so that the casino's ongoing stream was featured on the front page of Kick. Even more creators were coming out to speak against Jeremy. While the Kino Casino covered many of the messages of support and other commentary, the amount of support was too great to where they were forced to present only the most prominent creators, like Brittany Venti, one of the creators that...
Okay, well, Vietnamese Comrade is saying you do it through the About tab. About tab, report flag, report user, other, or none of these explicitly mention ban evasion. Provide links to the older terminated account. So you do it through a completely different menu that's not the reporting menu. You do it from the About tab of a YouTube channel, in which case you would have no evidence you ever did it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Direct sexual comments about during his most infamous drunken stream, and a newly resurfaced different drunken stream.
Let me tell you this
He
about
didn't show
Venti.
as much as the host do either.
I would give everything he had to have babies with that girl.
Venti, after the clips resurfaced,
Here we go
Jeremy
again.
being a creep, a pervert, talking about how he would give up everything that he has in this world, including his wife, his mansion, his YouTube channels, just for a chance to impregnate Brittany Venti, okay? And also clips of him directly being drunk and creepy with her on live stream. She said that she was going to go scorched earth, that she was going to do a stream on Jeremy Hambly exposing him. Well, Jer didn't want this to happen because he's desperate to control the narrative, and that's how we end up where we end up now. So he starts DMing her, saying he's acting a little female coded lately. No doubt, buddy. No doubt, buddy.
To add to Jeremy's comments, it was now being alleged that he attempted to cheat with a porn star.
Why the fuck does she have this? Well, Ralph and her have now come out to say that Jeremy tried to cheat on his wife with Scarlett Hampton. By the way, Scarlett is based in the Milwaukee area, not very far from Jer's home, in his home state.
Well, I mean, do I really have to comment on this? Do I have to? Let's just
Jeremy
continue.
in a stream played the video game Crimson Desert while noticeably becoming more intoxicated and more belligerent at everything that was coming out. The Kino Casino made sure to cover it.
Hey, maiden,
May I be of assistance?
Yeah, can I put a baby in your belly?
Oh, buddy!
This is nothing yet, by the way,
Creeper
folks.
alert!
Watch
Is she holding out for a hero? Gonna force a cream pie in her.
First
There we
Oh,
go.
there it is! He's owning the cream pie meme, folks.
Her Jew bull cuck husband left her here for me.
Oh, no!
No panic diarrheas. Sorry, you'll have to spend your Thursday night somewhere else.
The Walmart janitor asked if he's having panic diarrhea.
Oh, no.
Jeremy was being brigaded by detractors so fiercely that even several newly promoted chat moderators could not keep up with the constant stream of detractors. This
No, I know. See, Narwhal Gaming says he's just bringing up the detractor memes. I know he is. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like with everything, in light of everything that's going on, and in light of everything, why would he be doing this on a stream?
on YouTube, as Jeremy was multi-streaming on Kick as well, where his chat ran rampant, until he was notified of it and set it to subscriber chat only. After he did so, not a single chat message could be seen, implying his Kick chat was entirely made up of detractors. Opposition against Jeremy was innumerable, and support for Jeremy came down to a handful of creators like Melanie Mack, who released a video this day. She refutes the accusation that Jeremy has ever made her uncomfortable, and the accusations that she is constrained to the podcast due to her finances. She also believes that the hate towards Jeremy is manufactured as a topic of the week, and also believes this is Satan's doing, as Jeremy has recently come to Christ.
I'm truly convinced that it's because that at the root of it, it's because he came to Christ.
Melanie's video was not well received, to the point that she turned the comments off.
I mean, again, we've already talked about this situation. It's so bizarre with what they went through and what they did on camera at this convention, and here they are all these months later, and they're still defending this guy. You know, I'm so confused. I just don't get it. You know, I just don't.
He took a similar strategy on his Twitter, only allowing what appears to be accounts he follows the ability to reply to his posts. His YouTube channel remained uncensored, now brimming with references to the Kino Casino and Bulls. And then the following day, on April 12th, there were two major developments. First, a different channel known as Alyssa Clips that hosted a video of Noel discussing the Courting's recent scandal was hit with a community guideline strike under harassment and cyberbullying.
I heard, so then after the casino got hit, then all of a sudden now, within a day or two, all their channels are now getting hit with, like, strikes. But they're not ban evading strikes. They're harassment and cyberbullying strikes, okay?
As for the second development, a discovery was made. Just 2 days prior, during Jeremy's stream, he pasted a link to Gmail as a way to access it. Briefly, below the address bar were various different links to emails that Jeremy had received. Two of these email headers read, YouTube support and thanks for your report to YouTube. As this was under the NTQ headquarters Gmail, an email tied to various accounts, including his Unsleep Media account formerly known as MTG headquarters, this was taken as strong evidence that Jeremy was the source of the reports.
Now, here's the thing. The reports, that would be evidence, perhaps, that he reported these other channels for harassment and cyberbullying. I don't think that's evidence of the reporting for ban evasion, but that would possibly be evidence of the other reports.
It did not help that he had failed to show the report history for Unsleep Media. Jeremy, not even an hour later, refuted this, claiming that at least one of the emails were related to his Unsleep Media account being demonetized. Jeremy's statement was not so easily believed as the email lacked the header, meaning it could not be cross-referenced to the links seen in the clip. It also mentions nothing about a report being received as the subject of the email was an appeal. two far different, distinct types of emails from YouTube support. When asked why he hasn't shown the report history for Unsleeved Media, Jeremy responded only by calling the person asking the question desperate. And when asked about why the subject of the email was not tied to the previously seen address bar suggestions, Jeremy outright ignored the question. As another piece of evidence against Jeremy, this creator claims to have reported their own channel with a separate channel they own. What they found is the subject of the email they received is word for word what appeared in Jeremy's address bar suggestion. Additionally, a stream from a smaller creator covering the situation was taken down. Jeremy's email scandal, along with many other developments, would be covered in the Kino Casino's 11-hour April 13th stream. It opens with the newer theory that the Quartering was able to get the Kino Casino banned not through email, but through a phone call.
Quartering made a phone call. Yeah. He has a contact at YouTube that's high up behind the scenes. God only knows how the fuck he got this contact, but it's a complete cloak and dagger conspiracy with this fellow. Yeah. It's so insidious the way that this was done. It was done 30 minutes before the close of business hours in California. The reason it was done like that is so that nobody could contact their YouTube rep until Monday. So we weren't even able to contact our own YouTube representative until noon today Eastern time to begin the process of reversing this. In his DMs with Josh Moon, he says he doesn't even have to flag. He says, I'm not going to flag. All I have to do is make one phone call. That's what he says.
The Kino Casino claims to now have influential creators, such as H3H3, reaching out to YouTube on their behalf. And not only did the Kino Casino claim other large creators backed up their phone call theory, creator Yellow Flash publicly stated it was the case.
Just for your own peace of mind, I pinged one of our guys last night about the Quartering drama. His estimation based on the back end is that the casino was taken down from a personal request, you see, exactly like Hambly said it would go down in the DMs with Josh, because all the user reports were deemed nonsense by the automated system all week, except a privacy claim that also failed to hold up to manual review. He's on the security side, but did say this is almost certainly an off-platform point of contact. Call, text, email.
Jeremy refuted this theory. His dismissal of it was hardly satisfactory.
This crazy theory, you mean what you told us yourself, Jeremy? What we showed earlier in this presentation?
Yeah, I mean, they're not wrong. He said that. Thank you to an anonymous sub-gifter. Guys, we are nearing the end. This is going to be the finale of the React right now. We're almost done. I think we're 15 minutes away. So yeah, this is the end, guys. So if you have enjoyed this project and you like me reacting to this stuff, last chance to support this React, okay?
You told Josh Moon that all you had to do was make one phone call to take our channel down. This crazy theory from some unknown source. You mean you? The unknown source. The unknown source is literally your own DMs and your own words.
Kino Casino then shifted to covering a long history of Jeremy's hypocrisy involving harassment and how demanding he was for others to show proof of harassment when now he himself was failing to do such a thing. The Kino Casino also covered more of Jeremy's recently uncovered exploits.
When I was in my teens, I had one threesome. It was just two guys, and it was.
He's participating in sexual acts with other men.
Wait, two guys. So three men.
Oh, no.
It was two guys and a girl. And like.
Wait, why is he acting like he was watching a threesome with two guys and a girl?
What's actually happening here, Jeremy?
It's like third person.
The Kino Casino's banning had triggered a fierce Streisand effect.
Exactly. So now they have an infinite amount of stuff to go through. His entire history. He's been around pretty much as long as I have. And he's got this infinite amount of history to go through. All this dirty laundry. And like I've said, oversharing is always going to come back to bite you. And so they're going to nitpick every single thing he's ever said and microanalyze it and say everything is complete fact. Even he'll say, oh, it was an exaggeration. It was a fabrication. I was just telling a story. I was just giving jock content on a podcast like 15 years ago. Well, that sounds familiar somehow. I heard that somewhere before. But anyway, he'll say stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the problem is it's right there and it can be replayed on the internet at any moment and people are going to take it at face value because you said it.
Tales of Jeremy only reached the dedicated viewers of their clip channel or live stream. The clip channel's videos rarely surpassed 100,000 viewers. Now, even just this VOD on Kick was more than double that. What's more, the Kino Casino stream had a segment where they shouted out various creators who had tweeted or made videos in support of them. This amounted to 78 creators with hundreds to millions of subscribers. Within were some former and even current friends of Jeremy. Even enemies of the casino were reaching out in support. Never has Jeremy faced such large-scale opposition. And the worst part of it all was that he could not rely on his typical tactics of dismissing the criticism or manipulating the narrative to support him.
And this is the problem. Like, again, what I said earlier, the whole drama community on the internet don't do this because they all realize that they all feed off of each other and the continued existence of all of them is necessary in order to thrive and have more content. Now he's committed the forbidden sin. He's actually taken away a platform from someone. They can't make content on that platform anymore. And even their enemies who don't like them are going to say, well, that's still wrong because, you know, we all know how the game works and we need them at least to be able to make content to clap back at us so we can clap back at them, you know. So now he's become the actual group focal point enemy of the entirety of the internet that likes drama.
There was truth to what Jeremy spoke, and he had no hand in the casino's banning. The hate towards him was too great and melded with rhetoric from the enemies he's collected from the past 10 years. This is to say that even outside the Kino Casino, Jeremy had made so many enemies that, ostensibly, the collective attack on Jeremy was partly the result of years of pent-up frustration. Years of hiding behind the status of his allies and politics. Years of manipulating narratives to benefit him or dismiss criticism. The day was finally here where Jeremy could no longer hide. He was now entirely unequipped to face these consequences, and entirely exposed to the derogation of the Kino Casino that even previously he was unable to rival. Just typing weekend in Jeremy's live chat will result in a ban. His parents...
To make this abundantly clear, I just want to make this clear. I have nothing against the Quartering or Jeremy or whatever you want to call him. Like, he's never done anything negative or toxic to me, to my knowledge. I'm sure he's made jokes about me like everyone else has on the internet. But he's never done anything harmful to me, okay? The observations I have made in this React project are factual, based directly on what I'm being presented. If any of this documentary was complete misinformation, I reacted to the misinformation, okay? That has to be made clear here. I'm only reacting to what I've seen, okay? I don't hate the guy. I don't dislike the guy. I don't wish him ill will or any kind of pain or suffering, all right? I don't. Unlike a lot of these other people, I think that's the narrative now is, you know, he had so many enemies over the years. Now was the time for everyone to rally against this guy for everything that he had said and done. It's the opposite for me. The only real interaction that I had with this guy was an interview where he treated me well. It was a softball interview. He didn't treat me like dirt like the rest of the internet was doing. But I have to react fairly, matter-of-factly, and rationally to what I've seen. All I'm telling you is my honest reactions to what I'm seeing. I'm not sweeping for him because I don't have to, nor do I want to sweep for anyone. I say it like it is and how I observe it, and this is but what I've been telling you during these 4 streams, okay?
Grown so great that his regular viewers were not only being exposed to Jeremy's antics through constant brigading of detractors, but also being caught in the crossfire.
I've been a fan of Jeremy since 2017. Why was my other account just banned for asking why there are so many comments getting deleted? This is wild. I'm 63.
Yeah, right. Yes, the Weekend Discusser. I'm sure that's a real account, not a sock account.
This is wild. I'm 63 years old and never have I seen this before. But he's banning his boomer audience.
No, that's a troll account, 100%.
Weekend Discusser, the 63-year-old, was just banned. Just straight up.
There you go. DSP got a shout out. This channel is modded heavier than a DSP stream. Yeah, because actually I don't really moderate that heavily anymore. Only if people are really ruining the stream for everyone's experience. I don't moderate that heavily anymore. I mean, we've had, what, 2 mods here all night, and they're not even here the whole time?
Wait, his name was Weekend Discusser? That may not be
It may
real.
have been a troll. I really want to believe.
The walls were closing in, allies were scarce, viewers were menacing, and this was not even the pinnacle of what Jeremy had to face.
I think he's totally fucked up, if you want me to be honest. I think he's totally fucked up, and I think it was a massive mistake to try to deplatform Kino Casino. Yeah, I mean, he kind of is. I mean, I would say it's something like that. And he's felt he's a cuck, he's finished. Maybe, I don't know.
Asmongold, a top Twitch streamer and creator Jeremy favors, but scantily covered, was not only opposed to him, but also his chat was full of Kino Casino references. Even Melanie Mack was someone who talked favorably of Asmongold just as recent as a week ago, but this screenshot serves more than to just prove that. It is also relevant because she removed nearly her entire catalog of videos on her commentary channel. The videos on screen are all that remain. But as things were heating up, PPP on Twitter, and on the most recent Kino Casino stream, announced that he had a non-refundable family vacation booked. The show would have to return 8 days later on the 22nd. Other creators and the Kino Casino's viewers would have to do for the meantime. On Jeremy's kick, a lone viewer subscribed to spam the chat full of Kino Casino emotes. The most frequently used is an image exemplifying Jeremy's balding, and on Kiwi Farms it was discovered that Jeremy has the Kino Casino followed on his kick account. And on the 15th, yet another video was taken down covering Jeremy. Even still, this hardly did anything to slow down the many new videos being made on him. Videos that were outperforming Jeremy's own videos in the YouTube search. Another reason Jeremy's videos are being outperformed by those covering him is that the comment sections are now made up of detractors. These people click on a video for the singular purpose of commenting. Because they only watch a second or two before pausing and leaving, it kills Jeremy's average view duration and makes YouTube promote his videos less and less. That was not the case with Jeremy's YouTube Shorts. These videos have been far outperforming his standard videos. Upon viewing any of these, the reason is rather clear. Jeremy takes a viral video, adds 3 seconds of introductory commentary, and that is his entire contribution. This is a compilation a Twitter user made of such a thing.
Check this out. Check this out.
Well, here we
You should, and this looks like the results are very fire. Let me know what you think in the comments.
What do you think?
Check this out. Again, check this out.
Jeremy was not pleased with the criticism directed.
I've told you my opinion about the shorts thing. His views on shorts are maybe bringing him some profits, but not a lot. Seems like he put an insane amount of effort into the shorts, and they were all exactly the same, and it wasn't even his content. Like, he's just talking before the short and then hitting play, and, oh, here's my content. I mean, the YouTube cycle of reacting to someone's content, replaying, resharing someone's content, clipping someone's content has just gotten so bad at this point. I don't think anyone even understands what the term fair use means anymore. Just saying, oh, here's something I found that's interesting. Check this out and leave a comment. That's not fair use. You stole it. You have to actually edit it to the point where you're not re-representing the content as a replacement for it. And also, you're adding something significant to it. Okay, you're not just stealing someone's content and getting the view because of the said content's original form, and also you're adding something to transform it. Just saying, oh, here's something I found here. Check this out. No. Oh, here's something I found. It's all of the Avengers movies back to back. Check this out. You can't just do that.
YouTube Shorts.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it, and instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself.
He's right. Everyone does it, but the problem is now everyone hates you. So now you can't do it. I know what that's like, because there's a million things I can't do either that I'd like to do, that I should be able to do, and I'm not allowed to, because everyone hates me and they come after me for it if I do it. It's not fair, but that's what happens when the ire of the internet is on you.
Jeremy's main channel content was far underperforming. His shorts were being criticized for lacking critical commentary needed to satisfy fair use. Yet he still had Rumble. He is both looking forward to a massive year on the platform, who claims to always have his back. On one of the tweets, creator Nicholas Diorio commented, quote, "Didn't you just stream to 82 people there the other day?" Unquote. Jeremy did not respond. Separately, Jeremy advertised how easy it is to get a Rumble deal. Yet, Jeremy's chuffed attitude quickly failed to reveal his penetrating rage. It was here that he sarcastically and furiously claimed that everything that has been flagged ever was him. He also doubled down on not taking a break on account of the harassment of his staff. This led into yet another, presumably drunken tirade. Another sign of Jeremy being undone, as he had claimed to have quit alcohol cold turkey just a few days prior. Perhaps this was the reason Jeremy was lashing out even more heavily. On April 17th, Chris Pavlovsky stated that no creator has a 5-year deal with Rumble or even close to it. Jeremy's 5-year $1 million contract with Rumble was a sham. As if this day could not get any worse for Jeremy, the H3 podcast dedicated yet another episode to him, covering his old and recent scandals, even recontextualizing the basement peeing event.
He's angry that his wife went for pizza without him. And I'll give credit to Diorio for this, and it makes a lot of sense. He was like, I wonder if that's code for fooling around with other people.
H3H3 even commended PPP for his dedication, deeming him to be one of, if not the most dedicated, passionate, and entertaining troll. Jeremy had set everyone against him, but he appeared unrelenting when on the 18th, yet another video was taken down. This time it was a video by Luther Morgan, the author that wrote a book on lolcows that Jeremy unwittingly promoted. Luther in his removed video reinforces the notion that Jeremy does not roast his coffee. In a separate event, and even though Jeremy had made it a point that his wife is not at all in the public space, he posted this image of his wife. This image is sourced from Jeremy's lengthy YouTube community post. In said post, he denies the cuck allegations, states they've been doxxed, and have people showing up to his house, etc. While Jeremy's claims could be true, he has failed to show evidence of these happenings. Furthermore, he's using the exact same strategy to deflect criticism from him that he used in 2020 when H3H3 made their content court on him. Though the Kino Casino and the return of the mac and cheese allegations are far more offensive, Jeremy has invited speculation on his marriage, not just from various clips of him talking about his wife, such as in the basement peeing clip. He has also made countless sexual comments towards various women, live with little remorse. It is an undeniable fact that Jeremy is a persistent sexual harasser who frequently expresses interest in other women. And it is also possible that Jeremy, in continuing to post images of his wife, is inviting even more harassment. The internet sees him.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that basically he thinks, I'm not going to censor myself, change myself, or do anything in response to this. I'm going to do whatever I want in spite of it. And him posting that picture, in my opinion, is his way of saying, I don't even care about all this stuff going on. I can still do whatever I want, and there's nothing any of you can do about it. I will keep posting pictures or whatever. That's my take anyway. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that is. Like, he's like, look, all that stuff, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway, right? Pikachu level 33, thanks for $5. Wants a birthday shout out to their friend Chris. Happy birthday to Chris, and thank you, Pikachu, for the $5 super chat. We are at the tail end. We are about to finish, everybody.
And the more he discusses the harassment those close to him are receiving without evidence, the more it appears he is using them as a shield, which makes those against him even more aggressive. Even the comments on this post are asking for receipts or any evidence, such as a Ring doorbell recording. This tweet also expresses some of these grievances. Quote, stop looking at it, sharing, and commenting about the photo of my wife that I, the quartering, posted publicly on an account with 2 million subscribers. She's a private person who is terrified over harassment of what I post online. I just want you to leave my wife alone. Unquote. With each post, tweet, and livestream, Jeremy, even with the absence of the casino, was unable to escape the near-endless mockery, and the casino was set to return in just 4 days. As the days passed, Jeremy's anxiety grew. On the 21st, the day before the casino was meant to return, Jeremy on Twitter announced that for the first time in 3 years, his live stream with Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire would be going on break and would be returning May 4th.
I just want to say shout out to Gangbang Style, who just gifted 10 subs on Kick, so you're going to see a bunch of pop-ups. Thank you so much, Gangbang Style, for 10 gifted subs. That support is noted and greatly appreciated. In fact, that's the biggest piece of support tonight. Thank you so much. You have supported a lot during this React project, so thank you so much, Gangbang Style. Appreciate that.
This was a decision that was spurred on by burnout. As a result, PPP extended his own vacation by 2 days, calling Jeremy's reasoning bullshit, cowardly, and lazy. PPP adding that the delay would be better for it. This was a prophetic tweet. As if this stream was not delayed, these tweets likely wouldn't have been included or perhaps even posted. Tweets of Jeremy, yet again, announcing mutually assured destruction, claiming the receipts are on his side, and calling creators Yellow Flash, starting Craig, Brenny Venti, and Geeks and Gamers losers. As Jeremy continued to tweet, he reminds everyone that he cut his teeth in the most ruthless time that ever existed on YouTube. Jeremy was using his ace in the hole. He was leaking his private messages with Stuttering Craig, threatening to leak their grander chat history. Right after Jeremy streamed for 2 hours, visibly drinking while remarkably struggling with simple tasks such as moving 3 sacks within a camp or raising a banner, tasks that took him about 30 minutes and 10 minutes respectively, Stuttering Craig on his Side Scrollers channel preemptively leaked the private messages between him and Jeremy. The question was, what was so damning within these messages that was Jeremy's ace in the hole? The answer was nothing. Their chat history shows a mild-mannered Craig periodically reaching out to Jeremy, sometimes to invite him on his show, to ask if Jeremy would have him on his show, inquiries about rumored projects, and other forms of business-related talk, none of it explosive. With the bombshell revealed to be nothing more than a dud, Jeremy was now stating that the last 5 hours was simply done to kick the hornet's nest. A rather strange motivation, considering how he has been alleging that unwanted attention has brought on terrible harassment to those close to him.
See, I mean, at this point, he's just endlessly crashing out. Like, why would he even say, I'm going to reveal the DMs if there's nothing in them? That's really confusing. I don't get that. I could see if there was something in them and be like, I'm going to reveal it. But then what was to stop Craig from just saying, well, here's the DMs? I don't know. Again, it just seems like he's endlessly lashing out at everyone who said something negative about him, even though he really doesn't have any ammo to go to war with here. Guitar Player, thank you for $5. Thank you for the super chat, Guitar Player. Okay.
Even Bering, Jeremy's friend and co-host of the Incredible Salt Mine, made a video on him, asking Jeremy to quit drinking while also emphasizing how his threats towards the casino were indefensible. And now Mudahar, a creator with 3.8 million subscribers, made a video on Jeremy, exposing him to a wider audience and covering things like his YouTube shorts. Ridicule of which had in a very short time span, evolved to where several creators were tagging their intros leading up to Jeremy's intro of his own short.
In today's totally transformative content, there's a whole lot of people that are wondering what the heck these oranges are for. Let me know in the comments.
So there's a reactception happening around a fat guy who steals people's content. Tell me what you think in the comments.
Guys, this is crazy. I just saw this video about these oranges and I'm still trying to figure out what they're for.
The Quartering's been busted for stealing shorts.
This guy literally steals other people's videos, adds an intro to it, and then uploads it as his own. What do you think of that?
But what are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
What are the oranges for? Presumably, their acidity is meant to tenderize the meat. The point is, Jeremy will not answer this question because it is an inane comment that hardly does anything to transform the video. But it provided Jeremy's detractor base with yet another quotable line. This is why orange emojis, or the mention of oranges, can be seen spread across Jeremy's content. H3H3 was one of the creators jumping on this recent shorts trend.
How drunk do you have to be to do this? Check this out.
Here's a milk. And we got, oh boy, we got a thick girl right there, boys. Rawr. Oh, here's another one. If I did see a girl in a chainmail bikini, you know we would have got her on camera. This is in Bristol, Wisconsin. Ooh, her cup overflows. She's a little bit old, but she overflows. MILF, yeah. She's keeping it tight. You know she DTF. She got kids.
The clip H3 sourced was once sourced from a recently uncovered livestream of Jeremy at a Renaissance fair, and that clip was only the tip of the iceberg. User Reardon Steele uploaded several choice clips on the QB farms.
I know, I'm gonna put some babies in some bellies here, huh? Like, hey, baby.
So, at this point, now we don't know when this video is from, right? They said this is an uncovered video. So, again, like as I explained to you guys way back at the very beginning of this react, the old days of YouTube were very different. You were catering to an audience that was insanely immature, usually much younger than you know, teenagers who want this kind of really, really irresponsible, really immature, really bad content. That's what they wanted, okay? So the more over the top you were with your commentary, the more, you know, offensive that you were with the things that you said and did, you would get more views. You would literally get more attention on yourself. Way back in the day, I used to do this kind of stuff. Over the years, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I refuse. So I think what's happened with him is he got out of the pattern of doing it. But then every once in a while, when he drinks and then he makes content, that side of him comes out again. Okay? It does. It comes out and rears its ugly head. People are like, haha, right? So they're back again. It's back again. This that side of Jeremy where he just says these really inappropriate things about women keeps coming back. But now what's going to happen is, again, people are going to go back in time and find the things that he did and call them out. My things have been endlessly called out forever. This guy never really had his dirty laundry sifted through. Now the whole internet goes through his dirty laundry and finds all of these moments, you know? That's the problem. He always was the guy who was kind of protected from this level of harassment. I mean, yes, people made fun of him, but was he considered a full-blown lol cow? Probably not. Now he is, that's for sure, right? Now he's definitely considered one.
100 people watching right now. You want me to put a baby in your belly? Can you point me to the brothel?
I would never know where such a thing is, my lord, I'm afraid.
Well,
as I'm a very happily married man.
Gotcha. I'll keep walking.
On the night of the 24th, this and more was uncovered on the Kino Casino's highly anticipated return show.
Had he just let us continue doing what we were doing, he probably would have been fine. But instead, he pissed off the entire fucking internet.
Everyone.
And what I mean by the entire internet, I really mean the entire internet.
Among the updates to the casino moving to Rumble and the belief that the clip channel, while still being appealed, is gone forever, the casino showed many clips from Jeremy's Renaissance Fair stream. This one in particular stands out.
This is one of the saddest clips I've ever seen.
Disgusting.
It's such a telling clip where he says he doesn't, not only he doesn't love his wife, he doesn't even care about his wife.
It's weird, but I don't really connect with people in real life. Like even my wife, I don't really care.
Even his wife, he doesn't even care.
It's fucked up. It's probably not normal.
It's not normal.
But I crave companionship of...
What?
What is happening?
You crave companionship?
Listen to what he says.
But I crave companionship of anonymous people online. I feel like so often I just leave it all behind and go get like a 2-bedroom apartment. Really
he wants to leave it all behind.
It's not sad. Don't be sad. It's not sad.
It is really sad. It's one of the saddest clips I've ever seen.
The casino would go on to show many more.
I will not. Excuse me. I will not often agree with them. I won't, because you know I'm not like that. I don't like that stuff, but I have to agree with them on that point. That is probably one of the saddest things a creator with a following, supposedly living a happy life, has ever said on the internet. They don't connect with their wife or anyone else in real life. They just seek attention and interaction with anonymous people on the internet. Wow. So what was the point of it all? Right? So if anything, that might be the most telling thing of the entire documentary that I've just reacted to, and everything that's ever been said about the quartering. Because the entire time that he's been grinding away, that he's been grifting, that he's been doing it, has he been doing it truly because he needs the money, because he wants to be affluent, because he wants to do well for his family, because he wants to have all this stuff in real life? Or is he doing it because he only ever gets any level of enjoyment in his entire life when he is interacting with anonymous people on the internet? And that's why he kills himself. That's why he works so much. That's why he's always got a new grift, a new job, a new endeavor, a new thing that he's doing. Because when he's not doing stuff on the internet, he's miserable and he hates his actual existence. Holy shit.
comments Jeremy has made expressing his interest in other women. Among the videos showcased was Luther Morgan's second video covering Jeremy, provoked by the takedown of his first video. The second one goes into even more depth, not only on the mysteriousness behind Jeremy's undeclared roasters, but also the various infractions involving the coffee's packaging.
I wasted 40 of my own dollars to get coffee brand coffee.
Luther Morgan, in his video, explained how Jeremy, with his coffee brand coffee, is breaking Amazon's rules, not following FDA labeling guides, and breaking FDA code by not labeling the manufacturer or distributor, the flavor additives, the expiration date, nor the added caffeine content on any of the bags Luther purchased. As another blow to Jeremy's business, it was found that the trademark for coffee brand coffee was abandoned. And with that, the last of Jeremy's hope to escape his endless grind narrows. Just as was with the Publica, Exclusively Games, Game Finder, RCNightmare.com, and many more failed or failing projects, Jeremy in the past 2 decades has left a trail of failure, as failure is an unceasing force that leads him. Such is the fate of a man with no talent, no principles, and no ambition.
Wow.
The only driving force Jeremy has is to earn money, and the reason he earns it is to quell his anxiety. But the more he suppresses it in this manner, the stronger it becomes, and the stronger it becomes, the more reliant he is on it. And finally, the house of cards have come crashing down, and Jeremy has a significant toll to pay. Years of escaping his issues with the growth of his channel and the money earned through his grift are no longer areas he can escape into. His new strategy of uploading an absurd amount of YouTube Shorts is an expected, desperate strategy taking low effort, meaningless content to its maximum, as the only variable Jeremy can control to grow his channel is content frequency. This is his channel's swan song. At the end of it, he faces not only a growing list of eager enemies and a tattered reputation, but also a deep lack of personal connection and everything else he has been avoiding. It is ironic that a man that has built a career in sowing division, in spreading misinformation, and in eroding trust has unified so many, even if only as opposition against him.
Wow. Well, there's only a couple final thoughts that I can really have here, okay? One of the thoughts that I will say is this. You know, I have been considered a lolcow on the internet for a very long time. I would argue that people started categorizing me as a lolcow on the internet probably around 2012, 2013, when This Is How You Don't Play videos started to hit and get millions of views. And then the spotlight was put on me. Oh, his gameplay sucks and his quality sucks and he shouldn't have ever had any kind of success on the internet, stuff like that, right? For a lot of these people, this is their first time. This is their first rodeo, right? Like, it always confused me. What took so long for people to take a look at someone like, say, Review Tech USA, and then finally say, damn, this guy really is an embarrassing guy. Like, look what he does. Look how he acts on the internet. This guy used to clown on me all the time, right? And then all of a sudden, when the camera got turned back to him and the ire of the internet got turned to him, everyone realized that this guy's fucking way worse than Phil ever was, okay? And I think that what's happened is now, basically, the people who are kind of the long-term people who've been beaten down by the internet, people have finally realized it's stupid to keep beating the same dead horse. And it's, even though every once in a while, yeah, people do go back to it to harass the same people, now this ire of the internet is now turning towards different people. The Quartering was someone who, because he had success with what he was doing, he was making money, he was found a way to grift so that he would always rally support. Whenever someone would say something negative about him, he would find a way to say, well, just give me money and we'll fight that, right? He even, hell, he got kicked out of Wizards of the Coast. Give me money. And it worked. And it worked again and again and again and again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that it worked that many times and so often, to be honest with you. Like, I'm shocked that it worked, okay? But it did. And now, what's happened is the internet is looking for fresh blood. The internet is looking for new people to sink their teeth into, per se. And now people are looking closer at people who've been around as long as me and are saying, wait a minute, We were busy looking over here at this guy who sucks at games, right? And that was funny for a while, you know, his incident and everything. But holy shit, look at what we missed over here. That was way better, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, for example, Kino Casino didn't make a ton of money making fun of me in the last year. They absolutely did. But imagine if they got on to him earlier and were doing this earlier. This, you know what I mean? Like, this would have been so much bigger. I'm already been the old news of the internet when it comes to lolcow shit for so long. But this is the new gold mine, the new endless well that you can keep drawing water from. You know what I mean? Guys like him who have all this stuff on the internet that they've said publicly over the years, and no one took them to task, and no one called them out, and no one ever like really talked about it, because everyone just assumed this guy is a big freaking the big freaking success. And if someone looks like a success, then it's hard to dispute it. It's hard to fight it. It's hard to criticize them, especially like he says, he's a millionaire or whatever. Okay. So good for him on that. In fact, here's what I will say. All right. Because we're kind of in conclusion now. We just watched that entire thing. Okay. And a big chunk of it was about his grift. Okay. Now listen, again, as someone who used to be a grifter, who used to do this kind of stuff all the time, and I've gotten much better in my ways, and I've tried my best in the last few years to completely fess up to everything I used to do and change for the better and improve, okay? I find it hard to have issue with Jeremy as a grifter because that's how the internet works and or works. That grift level is, you know, that's how you get ahead. That's how you make a living, okay? Really, honestly, and it sucks, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean? But it's hard to overlook and ignore, or it's hard to ignore the things that he says, his behavior when he drinks, and he's either posting on X or he's posting on Reddit, or he's going ahead and, how can I say? He's going ahead and saying these heinous things about women. His own employees are mouthing, help me on a live stream. I mean, how do you ignore all of that? If anything, that's the issue. Now that I've seen that, that would be the issue that I have with this guy. All right, straight up. It wouldn't even be that he grifted and he did this and he did that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about any of the personal stuff behind the scenes with his family and any of that crap. But the behavior that repeats, that's just bad behavior on the internet, deviant behavior of, acting that way towards women, talking about women that way, and it still happens, you know? That's what I think is really the thing that needs to change. The thing is, his audience already has no issue with his grift. Even though other people might look at it and say that's bad, his audience is totally 100% okay with it. They're used to it. That's business as usual with Jeremy. So why would they have a problem that he's asking for more for the next project when that's just the operation? What did they call it? The modus operandi? That's how he's always operated. So to them, it's not like a big deal that he's asking for that money. You know what I'm saying? But it's the behavior to the women that really irks me. Like that, you know, again, you can say a lot of things about me. You really can. About me being greedy, you know, over begging on streams, you know, spending money the wrong way, being irresponsible. In my past, saying hurtful things in my commentary with the stuff that I said and did, being hypocritical from time to time. You can say all of those things, and they're all because of things that I have done publicly, and they're perfectly valid, right? But at the end of the day, my goal is to be someone who, when I'm gone, I don't feel like I hurt the people of Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I can leave behind a legacy of something that I did that was good, that people enjoyed, that wasn't just flavor of the month garbage to make a buck, but instead something that's meaningful, okay? I don't want to step on others to get ahead. I don't want to hurt others to get ahead. And I certainly don't want to have a history of this kind of like abusive behavior where people were like scared. You know what I'm saying? And watching that documentary, I feel like there's people who've been involved with this guy who are kind of scared of his behavior or scared of, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Again, this is all speculation. It's all just based on what was presented to me. It's not based on fact. Literally everything that happened in that documentary could have been a lie. I don't know. And I'm not vetting the information. I'm taking it at face value based on June the King's track record of doing a good job. I can tell you in my documentary, it's probably 95% completely accurate. And probably the other 5% he wasn't completely accurate was close. Okay? So based off of that, yeah, I would say he's probably right on most of this. And at least I would say, like, thankfully, I don't have these kind of skeletons in my closet. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I never treated people badly, treated women badly, you know. It's dumb shit. Yes, friendships and stuff in the past that I did poorly with, but nothing to that level where you can say, by the way, here's the insane amount of things that Phil said on stream that were so heinous and shit that he just kept doing and he never learned from. Thankfully, I grew up and I learned from it. That's why when you guys say, hey, will you go back to that kind of old commentary you used to do? I say, no. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards. That's where my future lies. Not behind there with all the mistakes I made, but forward. Okay? So, he's got a lot of things he's got to basically deal with. I think, you know, I don't know if it's drinking, if it's exhaustion, if it's both, but he's got to stop doing that behavior on the internet. It's not gonna do him any favors, and he's not gonna improve or get any better or see any kind of growth when he keeps behaving like that on the internet. Like, literally, this whole thing going on right now with Kino Casino is a direct result of him losing his cool, and instead of saying, don't engage, taking the bait and engaging, and then pushing it further and pushing it further and pushing it further and push. You can't. You got to disengage. You got to walk away. You got to do your own thing. Even if it means that you end up being the whipping boy of the internet for a year straight, you take your licks and it's going to calm down. But doing what he did literally made him public enemy number one. And now, who knows what's going to... I know. People have been telling me all week, aren't you aware that more stuff has been happening? No. I've been focused on this. I just want to get through this. I don't even want to know about anything else happening. Like, I'm exhausted. I've been reacting to this all week. I'm so exhausted by reacting to it. I don't even care what's going on right now. I don't even want to know. Like, tomorrow, if you were to tell me, did you hear what just happened? I don't want to know. Leave me alone. I've had enough. Like I said, the secondhand embarrassment is so strong going through this stuff that I just don't, I can't stand it. You know, and people say, will you do another react? I would like to, but not right away. I need a break. I need, you know what I mean? Like, I got to go hit the bench for a while and cool down from this crap before we get into another one. You know what I mean? It's just nuts. So I want to say thank you to everyone who is here over the course of this react. All right. Okay. There's one lingering question that remains. I have a couple shout outs to do. One lingering question. How did the Kino Casino channels get taken down? Okay. Because that Clips channel and Andy's channel are not owned by the same person. And they weren't ban evading because neither of them were banned. So how could it be ban evasion? How did they both get flagged for ban evasion and both get taken down at exactly the same time? Okay. That remains the question. That actually remains the big mystery that I don't think we have any answers to. It's actually quite freaking confusing what's going on in that regard. Like, seriously, I don't get it. I don't understand how that happened, because it seems to go completely against all of the rules of YouTube that I'm aware of. However, without going much further into detail about it, I would like to tell you guys something very quickly. It's already happened again. I know it for a fact. It's already happened again. There is something going on with YouTube that people are abusing. They're not... The Kino Casino is the highest profile people who have been hit with this, having multiple channels shut down for ban evasion. But they're not the only ones. But that's all I'm going to say, because that's all I'm at liberty to say right now. Okay? But it's actually seems to be happening. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what's going to happen. All right. I have a couple shout outs to do. Okay. I have a couple quick shout outs to do before we end here tonight. Okay. Let's do these quick shout outs and then we will adjourn. Is my channel working? My channel is crapping out. Please tell me it's still working. I'm serious. I'm trying to reload it and it's like freezing up. Are we good? Is the channel work? I'm serious. I'm asking. Hello? My channel, my page right now is not loading. I'm serious. I cannot load the stream. Is it working for you guys? Because I just wanted to refresh it to see our final numbers and everything, and it's not loading. It's working for you? Okay. It might just be my stupid browser. I've had it now open for hours and the memory issue. Okay, as long as it's working for you guys, that's okay. I want to see how we were doing viewers-wise, how it did at the end here. I have 2 quick shout-outs to do. Okay. Let's see here. I got a $1 tip from an anonymous person. Thank you for the $1. And then I got a $2 tip who someone says, check out Subnautica 2. Thanks. We'll talk about that kind of stuff tomorrow. That's not the content of this stream. Anyway. So. Yeah. All I'm going to say is, you know, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, all right, be sure to, you know, interact with it. If you're watching this on demand, like it, leave comments, let me know what you think. Give me suggestions. If I do another react, you know, what should it be? I'll be talking with my audience directly about it on my streams on DSP Gaming for a bit, but obviously from the React people, maybe you guys just only watch on DSP React. I'd like to hear your opinions too. Please share with me so that we know what's going to happen, okay, in the future. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Would you like more, and what would you like if you want more, okay? But I'm not going to be doing it all the time. As you can see, it takes a lot of time and effort to do this, and it's exhausting for me. I'll do it every once in a while. No, I did not miss your anonymous tip. I shouted out a $5 tip. Wasn't that yours? I don't know. I thought I shouted out an anonymous $5 tip earlier. Anyway, so thank you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the project. I'm serious. I just got network error, unknown content on my music. What is going on? Dude, first my YouTube channel wouldn't load, and then I got an error on my music, but it continued to play, but gave me a network error. What is happening? I think I need to go. I think I need to turn this before everything explodes. I think I need to get out of here. What is happening right now? The channel is under attack. The best way would be to support me right now. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for watching. And again, we'll talk about it in the near future, what you guys want to see next. As a react, maybe we'll do something in June. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought overall of this project. Thanks to those who were here live, who did engage and support with the content you did. And I appreciate the live audience being so supportive of the content. That was very nice of you. And I'll just leave you with this. I hope that whatever actually is going on with the flagging and with the strike stuff, the ban evasion stuff, that YouTube's taking care of it. Because like I said, I'm not joking when I can tell you right now, I'm well aware that other people have been hit with exactly the same thing, where multiple channels all of a sudden have been taken down for ban evasion when there was no ban evasion taking place. So remember what I said in my highlight video about 3 weeks ago on the DSP Gaming channel when I first covered this topic? I said the problem with something like this happening, with this takedowns and the ban evasion thing, is that now people are going to find out about it and they're going to exploit it. It's a difference between, okay, there was a feud between two people and they're going at each other's throats and this is part of the feud, versus now people will find out what's really happening and they're going to exploit it. And that's not good. That's very bad. You understand? So hopefully this is not some site-wide exploit that not other people are going to use. You know, I really hope not. Again, we don't really know what happened. We don't know if Jeremy made a call. We don't know if someone else did something, but it ain't good. No matter who's doing it, it ain't good. It's bad for everyone. We need YouTube to work. We need YouTube to be a safe place to create content, not that out of whim someone can abuse the system and start taking down channels. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so very much for a great stream. Let's see here. On the kick side of things, I will send you guys over to, let's see here. Now, this is hilarious. Last night, I was going to send you guys over to Super Hot, and when I clicked on his stream, the dude was completely topless. He was not wearing a shirt. And I said, I'm not going to send you guys over to a topless streamer. I just clicked on him now. He is in a full-on, like, jacket and a hat. He's completely covered. Like, his body is completely covered. He's like the opposite of yesterday. Okay? I'm gonna just on a whim, I'm gonna send you guys over there. Just see, I have no idea what kind of content he's putting out right now, but he has hosted me a couple times in the past. I'll just shoot him a host. You guys let me know what you think, okay? So all the Kick viewers, thank you so much. He's clothed. So see what he's up to. All right. That's crazy. All right. And on the YouTube side of things, I want to say thank you to all the YouTube viewers. You guys were awesome. And again, thanks to those who supported. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, I'm out. Have a good night. See you all soon over on DSP Gaming, and share your thoughts here on this channel on what you want to see in the future. Thanks, and peace out, everybody.